Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Non-Standard Action, Threefold Conspiracy. This is episode 15, Threads of Evidence. How is everyone this morning?
Pretty good.
Fantastic.
I'm good.
Does Threads of Evidence mean like it's a clothing store? That sounds like a clothing store.
Darn it, I should have gone with augmented reality. Make fun of I had to make up my own title for this one.
Don't worry, Nick. I'll make fun of whatever title you come up with.
It's all So this morning's icebreaker question is, if your character could have one meal forever for the rest of their life, what would it be? Leaf, what would Iris pick?
Well, I mean, that's obvious. It would be Soylent Green, because Soylent Green is people.
Iris wants to eat
Iris
people?
is famously likes eating people?
Yeah.
No, obviously. You didn't pick up on that? Let me fix my camera here. Yeah, no, obviously. Iris is just 100% the people eater.
It's been a thing this whole time. I don't know how you missed it.
Iris, are you saying that Iris is
I think you're muted, Liz. Or unless I've turned you down.
No, yeah, you just turned... I can hear Liz.
I can hear Liz.
Yeah.
It is you who is...
Yeah, well, she was probably in the same room as me, and I turned her down.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Iris is a two-eyed android purple people eater?
You got there.
Close. No, I'm not continuing this.
They only eat purple people. Got it. How about Lasco, Simon?
Yeah, I wish I had time to like come up with a good name for it. I think that there's like some gross food that like looks like worms that is native to like the back alleys of the lower levels of Absalom Station.
Oh yeah, you ran across that in the last
legally
book.
distinct gach.
Oh, cool. Gach. That's the answer to your question. Of course, Lasco has never actually had it because he was born in a lab, but he, remembers it though.
Hey, your memories are still... We could get in a whole debate about how, well, they're your memories, so they're somewhat real. But how real are anyone's memories?
Not very real.
Now. I'm having enough existential crises.
I know, right?
I love that. There's like two ranges, and Leif is on one side and Simon's on the other. Like, just mentioning this sends Leif into like an existential crisis. And on the other end is Simon, where it's just like, they're not real. Next question.
I love existential crisis.
All right, Liz, what about Adelaide?
Adelaide would eat pomegranate seeds. She wouldn't, not pomegranates. She's not messing around with like all that rind and stuff, but just like a bowl full of rubies.
Yes.
I like that answer.
I've never had those.
Tom,
I feel like...
what about Ogden?
Ogden would obviously have to eat on Vesk Prime. There are these hunting reserves and whatnot, and Ogden never went himself, but he would occasionally have Defrex steaks because Defrex are imported from Vesk 2 into the hunting reserves because of course they are, because the Vesk just take everything from their planets and put all the best stuff on Vesk Prime. Yeah, so Defrex steak and some lightly salted veggies and whatever the Vesk equivalent of champagne is probably. Because if he's stuck eating one meal every day, and it's the same meal over and over and over again, he's going to make them pay for it. Whoever they is.
Ogden is the one who will live the longest on this one thing forever diet. Except maybe Iris, because Iris picked Soylent Green.
Champagne every day, though?
All right, Iris is going to live the longest.
To be fair though, Iris already has one of those iridescent spindles that makes it so you don't have to eat. So this question was kind of moot.
But if you had to,
it doesn't matter anyway.
If I
that's
had,
a super
if I had
easy.
to eat,
That's an easy 12 KAC to pluck that out of orbit of your glowing purple head, my friend.
The whole point of this, and it's like, it was 200 credits, so like, yeah, why you bother getting it in the first place? Because if Iris is ever shot out an airlock, you'll notice how you haven't noticed it in their like orbit. They just have it in their pocket, so they can just kind of pull it out, put it there, and then be like, "All right, we hold our breath and wait."
Just saying, that seems like a worse fate than dying from starvation.
Well, the nice thing about it is you can always, if you're just ready, you can just pluck it out of orbit and yeet it off into the nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you can always.
And then you just need to wait another 3 weeks and you're done. So, but it's not like I've
then you
thought
have
about
3
it
weeks
or
to
anything.
contemplate that.
Oh man.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you'd probably lose it after a while of not getting rescued. Even though you don't need to breathe or eat, like your brain would just be like, fuck this noise. Pronk this noise. Pronk. I meant pronk.
Pronk
Okay.
is nice.
You say this, but Iris, you forget Iris has a whole computer in their brain with like
But no internet.
whole
You'd
data
run out of
sets-
content.
whole
You
data
would.
sets downloaded. And yes, you're right. We would run out of content, and then we would
Like-
run out of like patience for creating new content. But I feel like that would give you at least a couple thousand years to get rescued. And if it
Not a goddamn chance. 1,000 years. No.
Now I'm
yeah,
now I'm
absolutely.
just-
I give you
underestimate
2 weeks.
Iris's like
The internet, we're on like month six
probably,
and
yeah.
I'm losing it.
Yeah.
leave 2 weeks, absolutely without question. Iris, I don't know. I think Iris has a little more mental fortitude than that, but
Yeah.
I'm
Iris
just
might be able to
picturing
just shut it
Iris.
off. It's Android. So
I'm
Okay,
just
but then
picturing
you're just-
Iris floating through the blackness of space, like inventing plays and having, one person shows, right? Dialogue between themselves.
And then
I
you
think
never
I think
perform
Iris
them.
is still gonna be a little bit crazy though, after that many years.
Oh,
yeah.
sure. For sure. Yeah.
Oh, what is that guy called from BioShock? Never mind.
Trying to think of who you mean.
The composer from the first BioShock, the one that's like, well, they're all full blown crazy, but he's a special kind of crazy.
Yeah, I just remembered that I never played the first one all the way through. Just
That's fair. Oh, you got that's the worst one to have played all the way through, but that's a talk for another time. Oh, if my screen could not make me look like a pasty white ghost, that would be fantastic.
Need better
Look,
lights.
I just embraced it, man. Like,
Mhm.
I'm a slightly pinker shade of white on a white background.
I'm just like, maybe I am this pale. I don't know.
It's a lot of it's your lighting, life.
No, it is 100%.
Coming back to non-standard action
Oh, right.
stuff. We do have
Yeah,
shiny
show
new
around.
stream point allocations this week, dear audience. If you are watching live, you'll notice your stream point allocations have changed. We changed our 100 to a pet sighting. That way, if you see Topher or Pepper or Bertram or other Pepper, you can jam that button to let us know that you see them. Plus ones are 250 stream points. Rerolls, I believe, stayed at 1,000. We added a option to buy resolve points for the players at 2,500, and Nat 20s went up to 5,000 because these guys feel like they're a little bit unsporting, but we didn't want to take away the option entirely. So now you have to save up if you really want to give them those roll 20s. We also added an option to add a message to these, so you can tell us which players you want to get them, or you can just, give us a shout out with them if you don't want it to go to a specific player. But the only options are to have no message or require one. So let us know if you want those to go to a specific person with those messages.
On the topic of the pet sighting one, please do let me know if my Pepper, you see my Pepper go along behind in the camera, because then we have some real issues.
We have some serious problems. We have an
Hovering
unexpected
hedgehogs.
Dr. Pepper sighting.
Just imagining like Pepper. For some reason, I'm imagining Pepper bobbing at like roughly, I don't know, my shoulder height, glowing, eyes glowing, dirty man.
Oh, no.
Then we have real problems, and we might have to end the stream early.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
In that case,
I
don't
don't
bother
know.
hitting the pet sighting button. Just scream as loud as you can.
Let Pepper
Just
do her
disconnect
thing
as
so
fast
the
as
thing
possible to
continue.
avoid. Yeah, no, disconnect as fast as possible to avoid exposure.
Yep. This is probably a weird experiment by the Greys. And if you never see us again, that is why. Well, are you guys ready to play some Starfinder?
Sure.
I think we've preambled long enough.
Right. Well, when we last left our investigators, they had arrived on Roselight, and they ran into some trouble at the staffing company. What was the name of that staffing company? And you guys remember?
Nope.
Swift Personnel.
Yes.
They went in with a business proposition, and the reptoid there promptly saw through their disguises and attempted to kill them unsuccessfully. And then they were approached by Zick Vorsen. If maybe Simon will pull up the picture of Vorsen for y'all.
Yeah, I can do that.
He's a good dude.
A paranoid steward agent.
I'm blind.
Who decided, given the chatter around our investigators, they were probably trustworthy. Vorsen's been on to these reptoids within the Stewards for a while now. I was looking for some help. Vorsen sent them to a dead drop that they couldn't watch anymore, and the investigators almost got blown up, but Lasco saved everyone. And then Vorsen asked that they go to visit someone named Dr. Flo, a Barathu scientist here on Roselight who's developing a virus that should, if it works, make it so the reptoids can't shapeshift, which, would be a very convenient way to out a bunch of reptoids.
That would be huge.
Unless
Right?
everyone's already a reptoid, in which case they'd all just be like, yeah, so, and then shrug.
What are you going to do about it?
What's your...
I'm curious. What are the we never really covered this. What are the ethical ramifications of this new genetically engineered bioweapon, essentially, that we've made that's going to affect an entire species?
Oh,
Oh,
nothing for that
Indeed, a
species.
genetically engineered bioweapon.
Nothing wrong. There's nothing inherently wrong with genetically engineered bioweapons.
Yeah, right. No, their existence, isn't wrong. It's until you use them, right?
Well, what if it? No, it's not a problem necessarily. What if it just gives everyone candy?
Yes, because
That's
you know what? We'll
very
have a
common side
conversation
Historically,
when
what
genetically engineered bioweapons start doing that. Until we get there, let's discuss the possibilities for genocide.
Regardless, it doesn't seem like this one kills the reptoids. It just makes them reptoids.
And
Seems pretty defensible.
admittedly, this is while it's a slippery slope, we are using this against people who are evil and trying to take over. They're taking over the police force, the space police, which is concerning on multiple levels. So we're using it. It's like guns aren't inherently evil. It's how they're used, right? It is, unfortunately, I think, a similar thing.
Yeah.
Yes? Am I wrong?
No, you got it.
Yeah. So, it's a weapon. It's for what you use the weapon.
Well, I won't get into the whole social construct that is good and evil, but let's continue on here.
Yes.
All right. Well, you made your way to the lab marked ancillary, and Dr. Flo opened the door and invited you inside in a very cheerful manner. Let me just read you the description of. I do not have a picture, sadly, of Dr. Flo.
We'll just keep on.
Generic Barathu.
Got it.
I could. No, I don't have a picture of Dr. Flo. The lab interior is little more than a retrofitted manufacturing shop. On a counter set with hydraulic lifts, beakers of fluid bubble above gas flame burners. Decrepit drums of industrial lubricants and solvents are piled in the corners. Several data pads and laptops sit on a table, chained together with networking cable. Behind the table stands a wall of frosted glass globes in which vague movements can be seen. Please, please, come in and have a look around. I'm working on completing a special order.
Oh, why, thank you.
Yes, I believe that we are interested in picking up said order.
Oh? I don't think so.
We were sent by Vorsen.
Customer. Oh, such a sad, frightened little Sheeran.
Definitely
Too much to be frightened of.
Yes.
a healthy paranoia, for sure.
Ah,
My associate may be assuming things, though. We are here for perhaps a different special order?
oh, that's a silly idea. It never went anywhere. I'm sure that silly Zik has come to their senses by now and knew I was kidding.
Sense motive.
Sense motive.
Okay, Herald.
I'll get out of this game. You're not in this game.
Sorry.
Actually, sorry, I thought I had my character sheet up, but I had reloaded the window because it's Roll20, and now Roll20 is like, nope, nope. I've gotta do these 5 other things. Would somebody mind rolling me?
That's okay. I got a
D20?
33. We're all good.
It probably
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Okay, fine.
There's something odd about that answer. It's just too cheerful. Like, this is not what you expected from Vorsen's description of Dr. Flo.
Ogden raises an eyebrow at Laska.
Yeah.
Anyway, is there anything else I can help you with?
Adelaide will cast Build Trust, which, of course, I haven't entered into my actual system yet.
What's it called?
Build Trust. It is Erg. I just had it.
Oh, there
Sorry.
it is. It was in the... You get the sense of the best way to interact with the target to encourage positive regard towards you. Get a +2 circumstance bonus to charisma checks, charisma-based skill checks, and sense motive checks against the target. Target gets a will save. Oh yeah, and if you fail a check, you can reroll as a reaction.
Nice.
That's neat.
Okay. So let's say that, like, as the other folks were talking to the Barathu, can Barathu see, like, all around them? Do they have eyes? How do they sense?
That's a great question, Liz. They don't have eyes in any of their art. I presume someone with a lot of life science ranks would know.
Yeah, from a mechanical standpoint, it's assumed until you're told otherwise that everybody has 2 eyes, 2 arms, 2 legs kind of deal.
They can
So
smell
they
photons. Let's go with that.
They definitely have some sort of visual sensory thing,
They
whether
do,
it is
but
traditional
not
eyes or
obvious.
otherwise.
Because I've been hoping to be able to cast this spell, like, behind their back or something, but instead I'm just gonna...
That does to do that, you need a sleight of hand.
Yeah, so let's just do it. Just straight up do it. And yeah, so I take a standard action, like 6 quick seconds to go like, oh, isn't that interesting? Why don't you tell me about your work?
Yeah, all the social spells are awkward, especially ones with like close range. Like, on the one hand, the spell is supposed to make them friendly to you. On the other hand, I feel like if I recognized that someone was doing something that would magically make me friendly towards them, it would have the opposite effect.
Well,
It's a bit ironic that the spell is called Build Trust.
gets a will. They get a will save, and if they have spell resistance,
what's the DC of your save on that one?
DC would be.
It's level 1.
Yeah, it's a level 1.
So
it might
10
not
plus
be
1 plus your caster mod.
10 plus 1 plus caster mod is
charisma.
Charisma 3, so
14.
14.
And give me your sleight of hand.
Oh, I didn't. Like I
if
said,
you want.
I'm not going to bother with sleight of hand because.
In that case,
if that gives like a negative to the possibility of the spell.
no, it has a will save. In that case, Dr. Flo sort of moving about the lab here. Oh, are you trying to cast a spell on me?
Well, yes. I was hoping.
What?
I was hoping to cast a spell to examine what sorts of mystical enhancements might have been placed on you. You don't quite seem to be acting yourself.
What a silly thing to say. I don't believe we've ever met.
And yet, something definitely seems off.
We're going to need you to tell us what progress you made with Vorsen's project. We don't believe that you gave up on it so easily.
Oh, but I did.
Ogden has an idea. Ogden will nudge Lasco and then clear his throat and say, why don't you... Do you remember what happened at the... and now I know last time, Vixen... Not Vixen?
It's in your notes.
Okay. Vorsen. Oh, gosh.
It's in Zick's story.
Vorsen.
Perfect. Zick Vorsen. We were told of the time that you saw the guy from the repair shop shed his skin. Would you like me to go into what you saw underneath?
Oh, I was just pulling Vorsen's leg. You really should, if you're his friends. Come in, stop this silly investigation. It's never going to go anywhere.
So you're telling me...
I checked the... Well, so I looked at the notes. Vorsen told us like a thing, right?
Yeah, that's what he was giving him.
Underneath.
You just did.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. Okay, sorry.
The guy, yeah, so Ogden will continue saying, so you're saying that you don't believe that you saw with your very own eyes, that underneath there were scales, a fin, and yellow eyes? You're telling me that you're willing to pretend that that didn't happen?
Oh, like I said, I was just pulling his leg.
There was a phrase we needed to remember. What was it?
Yeah, that was the phrase.
No, that was it. That was it.
I am literally reading from the notes.
Yep. Only a 20.
Ogden will turn.
We don't have time for this. Marshall.
We have time for one more thing, right? We can check to see what spell they're under. Yeah? No?
Identify.
I mean,
yeah,
I suppose you could try.
I mean, they might not be under a spell, but
I mean, if they haven't responded to the call or whatever it is,
the code,
then if they're not under a spell, then being ignorant and intentionally trying to upset Iris.
All right, so
So
This is for magic or technological items.
okay,
Yeah, I don't think you can identify
Yeah,
active effects.
that one doesn't
on
work.
someone.
Darn. Can I just do a
There's-
mysticism check?
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
But I mean, there's
Yeah, it's pretty hard to identify
without
someone
detect
under a
magic.
compulsion effect. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, they could be. You could think of a number of spells that could make someone act weird. But yeah, without detect magic and
Oh, I have
see
detect magic. I have detect magic. It's a cantrip.
Yeah.
I would loosely assume that wouldn't do it either. Otherwise, like, what's the point of dominating someone if you can just cast a cantrip to find out?
Yeah, let me.
well, not everybody can cast a cantrip, right? 3 out of the 4 of us aren't able to.
That's true. And it's been a while since I've looked at the text of detect magic.
Yeah, I think we should just intimidate
I
them.
believe you.
We'll be able to know whether or not they're under the effect of some spell because it will show that there is some spell at work at the very least.
Yeah.
You don't detect. You don't detect any magic here.
No magic.
All right.
So,
Could Ogden perform a medicine check to determine whether they're under some sort of poison? By looking, I guess. I don't know, because I don't think they're going to let me get close to like take samples.
I mean,
and
yeah,
such.
it would be tough to do, but you could do like a cursory.
Yeah, sort of a once over
Yeah.
kind of thing. Okay. Because
Well-
Ogden is, versed
While
in
Ogden
poisons.
doing this, Iris is going to just start scanning the laboratory
You
because
don't
something's
see
not right
anything
here.
obvious.
Okay.
Oh, I have actually if you can wait 6 more seconds, I can cast oh no, did I not take that? Yes, I did. Glimpse of Truth, which allows you to see hidden things.
Oh.
Let me
Cool.
look at the text on Glimpse of Truth real quick.
We
You
got it in
confer
roll
upon
20.
the target the ability to see all things within 120 feet as they actually are. Target sees through normal and magical darkness, notices secret doors hidden by magic, sees the exact locations of creatures or objects that are invisible or displaced, sees through illusions, and sees the true form of changed or transmuted things. Further, the target can focus its vision to see into the ethereal plane, blah, 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 blah.
Cool.
Except as noted above. Range is personal is the difference.
Really? Why did they
Um,
say you confer upon the target?
You're the target.
A target is
Glimpse of
you.
Truth. Glimpse of Truth says this spell functions as true seeing, except as noted above. So when you go, and the range of Glimpse of
that's right,
Truth
that's right.
is personal.
Right. It's a much higher level spell, but shittier.
Well, true seeing is a 6th level spell.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't
So-
say that.
It's a watered down. Well,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, sure. Well, I mean, you can cast it on yourself if
The
you
only person you
wanted
can
to.
cast Glimpse of Truth on.
Is myself. Unfortunately, the person with the lowest percentage.
Yeah, and that is the target. So,
Mhm.
okay. Whereas with True Seeing, you can cast it on. Okay.
Also, duration's only one
Um,
round with Glimpse of Truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a glimpse.
Yeah. You
All right, let's
Don't,
blow this third level spot.
don't. Sorry. There's nothing that. There's no magical darkness. There's no secret doors. There's nothing invisible. There's no illusions. Nothing. There's no transmuted or changed creatures here. There's nothing in the ethereal plane. None of that stuff.
All right.
So we all just
and
sort of
as you guys
stand there
are
for 12 seconds staring at the
doing
doctor.
these things. As Adelaide sort of, detects magic, and Ogden is looking over the doctor, and Iris is pulling out his scanning equipment.
There.
Dr. Flo says, "What?"
Sorry.
Scanning equipment.
Their scanning equipment.
Yes.
Iris.
Yes, their scanning equipment. Dr. Flo says, "But you came all the way out here. I can't send you away empty-handed." And go over to these frosted glass bubbles.
Uh-oh.
And open them. Go ahead and put yourselves on the map and roll me some initiative.
Oh gosh, that's a big Barathu.
Well, yeah. But except it's like a baby Barathu because it's all by itself, right?
Well, they could be
That's a
mature.
whole cultural thing. More and more Barathus are choosing to not combine with others. There's a
Merge.
to merge to pursue their own individual goals because they've come into contact with Pact World Society and all this jazz.
More and more women are deciding not to get married and have kids.
Pretty much. That's pretty much what's happening in Barathu society, yeah. Is that more and more of them are deciding they don't
Okay.
want to do the conventional.
The whole hive mind thing.
Yeah.
Subsuming their identity.
Ogden.
Weird.
Natural toot.
Oh,
Toot
man.
toot.
My Pathfinder 2 is showing I rolled perception instead of initiative. I did it again.
Come on, Nick.
Will not roll initiative in this game. That is the wrong system, man. All right, I see an Iris, Velasco, and Adelaide, and an Ogden, 4 Needlehawks, and Dr. Flo. Perfect.
Or what now?
Yeah, these weird little bug things come out. Let me shift Z. These are Needlehawks.
Needlehawks. Good God.
Which y'all may or may not recognize. Maybe Ogden will
Got it.
Maybe Ogden will do a thing and identify them. But Lasco gets to act first as these things are released from their globes.
Scorpions with wings. I hate it. Lasco will reacting quickly as the doctor lift these glass globes, try to stop him, rushing up to him, them, and I guess hampering them.
What? Hampering?
Okay.
Oh, critting
Oh,
him.
that's a crit.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
God. Roll that trick attack damage
Oh,
again,
boy.
buddy.
Yeah,
Why are you attacking the doctor?
because he released these monsters. It's probably not. What was that?
They
They
release these monsters.
They released these monsters. Oh, I hope this doesn't.
Oof.
We can cast stabilize, right?
I mean, they're
Stabilize,
probably
yeah.
not going to
So
die if
that's
they...
18 plus 13 plus 20 plus 20 again.
71. Yeah.
Oh,
Dead.
God.
Dead.
No, we can just cast stabilize.
Not if Nick doesn't say we can.
Oh dear.
Ogden will actually call it across the battlefield as a free action. Lasco, stop!
I assume I can't.
No turns by committee.
No, yeah. No, of course.
Yeah. So I guess like Lasco rushes across and sort of slams the Barathu into the ground to try to get it away from the globes, but then just hits too hard and it deflates.
Yep, pretty much.
Adelaide's gonna cast That one that I do that makes things harder to get through. Sorry, a difficult terrain. So Infinite Worlds. Burning a first level.
Difficult terrain
spell
only
slot?
affects things that have a land speed.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Then let's knock these guys prone out of the sky.
How does that affect flyers?
For flyers, it explicitly says generally they'll just descend to the ground.
Yep. Burning a second level spell slot, knocked to the ground. A giant fly swatter just materializes and whacks them, and then it disappears just as quickly as it came.
From the fly swatter dimension.
Yep.
Yeah. All fly swatters all the time.
It's a terrible place.
Especially if you're a fly.
Can I get up?
Yeah, I'm getting the roll.
There
Yep.
we go.
You know, Simon, it occurred to me.
Yeah, this one doesn't actually say that. I will. Well, I'll give them a reflex save, and if they fail it, we should really double check if there has been some kind of official ruling on
I'm
that.
on it.
Because other spells that say they have, that knock prone and affect flying creatures actually say it in the spell thing. But in the meantime,
I doubt it'll be game breaking either way.
no, probably not. We have one failure, so this little one knocked out of the air. We'll use this little prone thing. All right. So you knocked one out of the air. Magic fly swatter. Do you like your move action?
Yeah, I do. I want to run away. Run away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. The end.
Iris, you're up next.
Just standing back there, jaw agape in abject horror at what just happened, and is going to be holding their turn until I can figure out what the prompt to do.
All right. In that case, the one you knocked out of the air is just gonna, get up off the floor and do a fly. It's gonna fly over in Alasko's square.
Does that provoke?
Here we go. When tiny creatures move into your square, I think it does.
Yeah.
I don't see why not. They're moving through a threatened space, right? Unless they have an ability that says they don't provoke.
Yeah, I think it does.
It does have that ability, or it does provoke?
I think it does provoke.
Okay. Well, I didn't crit this one.
Well, thank goodness for that, Simon. Wouldn't want to kill the vicious flies.
Uh-huh.
Wouldn't want to kill the vicious flies. That is a 19, which will hit.
Scorpion birds.
15 damage.
Yep.
Okay. And then it's going to attempt to sting you.
Alaska really wishes he'd taken Inoculate.
As insect birds are wont to do. Come on, roll 20. I restarted my computer and everything. Cooperate. 14 is probably going to miss you.
Indeed.
The blue one in the back is going to sort of fly over here and launch a needle attack at Ogden.
Oh god, they can throw the needles.
I'd rather
That's
not.
This is gross.
19 to hit.
KAC, I assume.
Yes.
That is going to be a miss. I just got new armor.
Nice.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
In that
It's only
case,
level 6 armor, too. I'm surprised.
The green one here is going to fly up over by this equipment here and launch one at Adelaide.
Okay. Give me a number.
Working on it. It'll happen someday.
Someday.
Roll 20.
I don't know what it is about. Maybe I just can't watch the stream at the same time. I don't know what I'm doing so differently. It's always fine when I'm prepping. Just once you guys
Versus
get
Alaska.
Yeah, I mean, the stream might be it, right? Try closing that tab.
can't. You guys need me for stream points.
Mm.
There it goes. That is a crit for 10 piercing damage.
Okay.
And I need, I believe, a fortitude save from you.
Great.
They
16.
are indeed poisonous. Ooh, I go back to the book.
Yeah, like we can manage the queue if that's the issue.
There it is. You make the save for the poison, so you're good.
And I'm sorry,
Dr.
that was
Flo,
11 damage?
11 damage.
10.
10.
Oh.
10.
It is 10, you're right. I glanced at it and did my math bad in a moment. Dr. Flo doesn't get a turn because Dr.
Iris will jump in at this point.
Dead.
Seeing
Okay.
Adelaide get attacked, will move up themselves and make an attack.
All right.
23 to hit for 21
That
damage.
will absolutely hit. Okay. The last remaining Needlehawk is just going to move up a little bit and throw a needle at Iris. So 10 to hit. That's going to miss.
Oh
Ogden.
lord, no.
All right. Ogden is going to rush over to the doctor.
Oh,
Collapse.
Needlehawk's face. It gets.
I sure did.
Sting you.
Sting me, almighty stinger.
It's gonna try.
Mm-hmm.
See if it can do it. That's a 20 to hit.
Versus KAC is still going to be a miss. I have a 21 KAC with this Kastatha Microboard too.
All right, do your thing.
And then Ogden, on his way over, slides to his knees to a stop right next to Lasco, and is going to take out his microlab. I guess I don't know if that costs an action or whatever, but it's like always ready kind of deal. And then administers first aid to the good doctor because this feels important. This is something that should probably be tried.
Yeah.
That's the DC to treat to first aid rather is 15. I automatically succeed. It's just the standard action. So Ogden, whips out like little tinctures and stuff and injects with adrenaline and like all in like I guess 6 seconds.
I buy it.
Desperately trying to save this poor creature.
Barathu CPR? Like, I don't know, man.
Do they?
Yeah. Where do you put the mouth?
Where do you put the mask? Yeah. You just kind of breathe really hard at them, like.
Absorb this.
All right. You can stabilize that doctor if you like.
I can stabilize that. All right.
Lasco.
Nick had to think for a good solid 2 minutes before deciding if the storyline would hold up under it. I'm glad it went this way. I would feel real bad otherwise.
Only because you guys are so invested in stabilizing.
We just don't like killing people, okay?
Well, and now I mean, never mind. Nope, it's Lasco's turn. I'm not saying nothing else.
Stay strong.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Appreciate. While Ogden crouches over the good doctor trying to heal them, Laska will try to give him cover by like swatting at the scorpion above his head.
Swat that bug. Swat it.
Swatting. Let's make it off target, just to mix it up.
That's dead.
I fail.
Dead. Oh, you missed.
Oh no.
You still have to hit. Oh
I
man.
still have to hit.
Oh man, and that's a 1 on the attack and the damage dice. That's really bad. Would you like your move action, sir?
Yeah, I'll step here.
Okay. Adeline?
Puncture Veil. She'll be casting it as a standard, a full action. And
Yes, multiple targets.
yeah, you can target 2 creatures within 20 feet of each other. I guess she's worried about the one close to her. And then has either red or yellow taken damage?
The red one has not. The orange one is the one that Lasco got a little bit.
Okay. And I'm just going to double check. Oh, that's a little bit not close enough, though, so I'm going to have to go with red and green for that one.
Okay.
So...
It just does 5 to each.
Yeah. And then the target... Actually, sorry, it should be
There's no
1
bleeding in this.
d4 if it's 2 creatures, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
1d4 and then 1 bleed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so one of them takes 1 and the other takes 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
And bleed.
They are all
For 3 rounds. Okay.
Mhm.
So put that marker on them.
Thank you.
Bleed. Oops. There we go. Would you like your move action? No, it's a full action.
No, that's a full action.
In that case, the orange one here is going to launch a needle at Lasco. As, you know, Lasco decided to move out of its space, and it's going to miss. The blue one here is going to move up a bit and launch a needle at Iris. I suppose the other one could have launched 2 needles, but, you know, they're having a hard enough time hitting you. 28 to hit Iris.
Haha, you
Yeah.
absolute fool. Close combat means no, you miss.
Oh, rude.
I see.
It would have hit without close combat, though, so already that feat that I took at level 8 has come in handy.
Well, green here is going to launch another one at Adeline.
Does that provoke from Iris? It's ranged?
I suppose it is ranged.
Cool. Die.
I believe a 25 hits Adelaide.
Oh, yes.
5 piercing damage, and I need a fort save.
Okay. Ooh. Adelaide's gonna use her alternate outcome to re-roll that.
All right, fine.
Oh no, she gets a 9, so.
Yes.
Oh no.
I get to do my thing. Well, you guys never get to see some of the cool things because you just save, you know?
Yeah.
And then the GM is sad because you don't get to see the mean things.
Yeah, it's harder to fudge other people's saves.
Right? How much damage was it again?
It was 5 piercing damage,
Okay.
and
Oh, let me do
you are
that.
now poisoned. This is on the dexterity track, so you're at sluggish.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna put this. I'm just gonna take this whole block for the poison and put it in chat here, so that you've got it too. So once per round for 4 rounds. If you want to give yourself a little marker for that poison, and then it dies because Iris smacked it real good.
It's not letting me.
So
Notably, since Adelaide made a save, regardless of whether you pass or fail, against poison, you also take what is called exposure damage, which is the DC minus. Oh, this doesn't happen?
It doesn't have it doesn't have any listed exposure damage.
I think that's because it's typically a thing with poisons in general, is upon making a save, you just take hit point damage equal to the DC minus 10.
Oh, well, in that case, for
that's
damage.
how it works with radiate.
It does say that, yeah.
So a total of 9 damage then?
Yes. 4 of which go to your hit points, though, not your stamina.
Right.
Okay.
Poison bypasses stamina.
Okay.
We're learning so many new things today.
Yeah.
I was saving
joys
all
of
my
poison.
poisons.
I'm playing a poison toxicologist biohacker.
Sound is dead. And then it's Iris's turn for real.
Yay! And now Iris gets to do the other thing they wanted to do, which was going to just be move to here and attack.
Okay.
Attacking blue. 25 to hit for 22 damage.
Oh.
Yeah, by the way, at level 8, my melee attacks, my unarmed attacks got a lot more beefy. 2d6 instead of just 1d6. Iris leveled up. There was like a large glowing light around them, and then their muscles just were like 1d6 beefier.
All right, well, Red here is going to launch a dart at Ogden.
Does that provoke from Let's Go?
I suppose so. Tiny stuff.
It would also... no, I didn't say Ogden got his pistol. Yeah.
It's a 28 probably hits for 18 damage.
Yes. But also did a 26 hit you?
26 does hit Ogden.
Ogden, yes. 6 piercing damage to Ogden, and I need a fort save.
Oh no.
That is a 16. I have... That'll do it. Okay, cool.
Yep, you're good.
But I do take the 4 damage regardless. So you said 6 piercing?
6 piercing, yep.
And 4 poison. Okay. Oh, and I take half initial exposure damage as well, because I took the poison adaptation feat.
Nice.
So.
Nice.
What you know about exposure damage?
I was
my turn.
born to poison.
This is exactly why Tom knows about exposure damage, because he's got an ability that changes it.
Because I build stupid, complicated characters, okay?
Well, I mean, this is how we learn about a lot of rules, right? Is we have characters that have something that changes the rule, and you're like, wait, I didn't even know that was a rule. Where did that come from?
Yep.
We learn rules.
My favorite
Ogden's turn
to do is build weird characters to learn rules. Ogden is going to... I like to think at this point Ogden has like some sort of read on everybody's medical well-being because he scans everybody pretty much every day, and so maybe he's got like some non-invasive scanners in each of you. And
that is
non-invasive in each of us.
I guess I should. Yeah,
get some of those.
I should actually.
Well, but like
mechanically,
I'm pretty sure there's a mechanic that biohackers basically like attune their biomedicinals or whatever to party members and get a bonus that way. So that's what it would be.
Yeah. But what I'm going for here is Ogden knows, maybe he saw Adelaide get shot with a stinger and heard her sort of gasp in pain, perhaps, and putting 2 and 2 together. Actually, I mean, I'll say that he spends a move action to identify these things with his custom microlab. So then he knows about their poison, mechanically speaking. And then as a standard action, he's going to use his toxicology breakthrough to suppress poison. As a standard action, you can create and deliver a formula to a living creature that holds the course of a toxin in check. When injected, the formula allows the target to ignore the effects of the highest stage of a single poison affecting that creature at 7th level for 10 minutes.
Ooh.
So it's not going to stop the poison entirely, Adelaide, but you will not be staggered, which is the end state of this poison. So that is
Great.
what...
I appreciate. So we've put a bottom on it, basically.
Yes. And the
how
bottom
awful
is not as low as it used to be. And that's my turn.
Right. You also, upon identifying these, besides identifying that toxin mechanically, know that, and you already knew they had a needle launch attack that they launch from their tails. And the other thing you find is that they have active camouflage. They can adjust their exoskeleton to blend with their surroundings. So when they're motionless or moving fewer than 10 feet around, they're really, really heckin' sneaky. They come from somewhere in the vast. So they're not really a whole lot is known about them, but they are really difficult to get rid of as pests. They tend to infest starships and things.
That'd be a really dangerous infestation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Xenobiologists
Scorpion
believe that
birds,
they're indigenous to a jungle ecosystem, but they've been spotted across so many worlds at this point that nobody really knows. But in the wild, they tend to hunt insects, scavenge or steal food, and build their homes from whatever materials they have, often tearing up valuable cargo or disassembling machinery in the process. They're almost as bad as having space goblins.
And not nearly as cute.
Okay.
And not nearly
Yeah.
as cute. All right, so that's Ogden's turn. Lasco.
Lasco will bust out his new level 8 ability, Triple Attack, pummeling these 2 scorpions he is adjacent to.
Okay.
Lasco's a monk now?
Maybe, possibly, who knows? Let's find out what the dice say.
Ooh.
11 probably
Nice.
misses. 20 and 25.
Which attacks are going where?
Like, can I do them one at a time, and like once one of them drops, send the rest to the other?
Not in Starfinder, no.
Really?
Not technically. I let you guys do it from time to time, but technically it is against the rules. Technically, you have to declare all your attacks before you roll your dice.
Oh, yeah, but you can roll the dice one at a time.
Right, but you have to
What they're
declare all your
saying
attacks.
is that you have to declare all, like, the first attack is going here, then the second attack is going here, then the third attack is here. Now I'm going to roll the first attack, then I'm going to roll the
I
second
see. You
attack.
have to declare your last attack before you roll the first attack.
Technically, but
Yes.
I would like to know, this first one's going to miss. Where is your
Okay.
second attack going?
Uh,
What I'm getting at here is it's a little bit secondary because I'm not going to tell you.
okay, yeah, that's fine.
Anything
I
until you
guess
tell
I'll
me
do
where you're
orange, red. Well, no, I mean, I'm saying that because I, like, already knew. So I guess if you want, I can just say they're all towards orange.
No, it's fine. Like I said,
Okay.
I let you guys break this rule pretty frequently. I just need to know what I can't
all right.
tell you if anything dies until you tell me where your attacks are going. So orange does indeed die. And then red will also die.
Nice.
So
36 points of damage, Simon.
Yeah,
bad.
yeah,
Nothing
it works well with
sneeze at,
unarmed.
man. All right. I presume doing 3 attacks is a full round action. So Adelaide.
So I'm sorry, red and orange are dead?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just blue now. Well, let's not spend any spell slots that won't work. Adelaide's just gonna cast a sort of like a hazard at it.
Okay.
And actually
Reflex save.
the save does get, like, I think a -2 for this. because of the staggered. Is it?
Oh, the sluggish. You should be able to just
Sluggish.
toggle that buff on your sheet so it goes.
It doesn't. It's
goes
not
in.
there. It's not one there. We
weird.
go from shaken, sickened, stable, staggered, stunned. Yeah, there's no sluggish.
Sluggish will say
well,
it'll be under page 418 of the CRB then. Or the
it
poison
makes
track.
it either way. And this is a save or suck. Sadly, do you want your move action?
Nah.
In that case, this last remaining one is going to fly into Iris's square and try to sting him.
I get a attack of opportunity as it moves into my square, right?
You do.
Not sure if a 14 will hit though.
I will miss. You both miss. Horribly. Iris. Kill that,
Oh well,
kill that scorpion.
yeah. Don't jinx me. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it's a dead scorpion.
You were not jinxed.
Iris crushes it into the ground with their shield, and then crushes it a second time.
Oof.
All right. With that, the Needlehawks have been defeated. What now?
I guess on Ogden's turn, he'll absent-mindedly shoot over his shoulder, giving Adelaide a +4 bonus to the next save she has to make on a poison. Yeah, he literally knows where she is because of his custom microlab.
Didn't make a save on her turn, so let's do that one. That'll make it, and you are cured.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And he doesn't do that cool thing that I said he did. Instead, he'll see to the doctor, trying to treat deadly wounds on them, and we'll stop the battle music, and then we'll say to Lasco, Mr. Lasco, I know that you are perhaps going through some things internally right now, realizing that you are not who you are, but I must ask you to not kill our leads on whatever we are doing.
Lasco adjusts his sleeves and says, "It was not intentional. I didn't know what he was doing."
I didn't mean
You're
to.
able to stabilize him.
Yes.
Thank you.
And Ogden will... evil chuckling is never good.
What
Evil chuckling from God is never good.
Marshall, would you search the
Ogden-
laboratory to see if we can find some sign of the project he was working on?
They
They were working on.
Sure thing. Can I use
Meanwhile,
that
Ogden-
15 that I rolled
Ogden
earlier?
does.
Yes. But hold on, because searching
Hold on.
is going to take you a second, and Ogden was stabilizing. So yes, you can go
treating
back to
deadly
the-
wounds.
Or yes, treating deadly wounds, which is only a standard action. So
37 will give them, I guess, whatever CR they are, plus my wisdom modifier hit points back
what's your wisdom modifier?
for +5.
They're at 10. And they sort of float back up into the air. And the colors of Flo's body sort of change as you receive. And then Flo grabs a drum of solvent, douses themselves in it. You can't take me. You'll never find the truth. You guys have like 1 round worth of stuff you can do before the next thing happens.
Solvent?
I mean,
like
Ogden would probably...
Let me just open this back up and add Dr. Flo back to the bottom. Iris is, or I guess, here, let's sort this. And then Dr. Flo just went. Lasco gets to sort of go first as this happens.
Okay. I'll try to knock him out, but non-lethally this time, so that we can get him conscious again, but tie him up.
He's
time.
already covered in
Good
stuff.
luck tying up a Barathu.
Need a lot of wire. But yeah, I guess to Leif's point, is he like already burning, or are they already burning?
Douse themselves in solvent.
And what does solvent do to a Barathu?
At this point, nothing.
Got it. Then I try to put them to sleep. So I guess I'm not adjacent, so I'll move up and trick attack non-lethally. So that's a -4. Oh, whoops, wrong button. Oh, I crit again. Cool. Let's go.
Roll your trick attack damage again.
But you declared it non-lethal
Barathu.
this time.
I declared it
Might not
non-lethal
matter.
this time, so it's okay.
So you can
Maybe. Uh-oh.
Oh my God,
Might not
Simon!
matter.
back up a
It
second
did
here
not, in
because
fact, matter.
Hold
that
on,
you did
hold
it
on.
non-lethally.
hold on
Massive
because
damage
when
still applies to non-lethal.
No, because when you
Yes.
do a crit non-lethally, you can choose to forego the additional crit damage.
Does it say
Oh,
that?
you can?
Go ahead and read about it. I know I read it somewhere.
Under crit or under non-lethal?
Number?
That is a weird rule to say explicitly. Conscious. Critical, maybe.
I believe the rules for critical hits are under combat rules. Oh, goodness. I mean, if you guys want to really not...
I mean, you can just take the reins of the story and do whatever, right, Nick?
I mean, I can, but
You can just do it.
Simon,
Sense.
You could also use a reroll, because I think we've got a reroll to reroll your crit.
no, we don't.
We don't have a
any
reroll. I
rerolls.
swear somebody gave us a reroll. No?
Nope.
Audience is being really. Oh, there. Thanks, Gast.
I
let's
just got
use
you a
that one up.
reroll.
Don't call our audience stingy, even by inference.
All right, so perfect. Let's go. We'll use this reroll.
I got a
Jesus,
19
cutting
instead of a
it
20.
really, really close there, buddy.
So yeah, the Dr. Flo is unconscious once again.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Adelaide turns the solvent into water using, where was it?
Churn
fluid.
Bulk. How
Make sure
much
not to
does
turn the
a
fluids inside of him.
weight of 50-gallon drum solvent.
Oh.
That's a lot of solvent.
How much does a 50-gallon drum weigh? 48 pounds for just the drum. That doesn't help me.
Yeah, so how is the thing dumping that on itself?
Maybe it's like an emergency shower.
Solvent, yes, that tracks.
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense.
Well, how much is 8 bulk?
That's like 250 pounds, which is 25 bulk
Okay.
Yeah, so that's, yeah.
worth of solvent. So you did maybe a quarter of it is water now?
Yay.
25% diluted.
They're unconscious.
Okay.
So now we search the lab.
Oh, drag them under the emergency shower.
I thought that's the thing that spat out all the solvent.
No, it was a drum, right?
Got it.
Yeah, it was a
This is a very unsafe lab that does not have an emergency shower.
Honestly, this is why you
Barathi
risk
wouldn't need an
management.
emergency shower because of their adaptation ability.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, I guess Ogden will just try to produce a counter agent to the solvent to, like, in case they wake up. I don't know. Ogden's like at a loss for what they were doing, dousing themselves in solvent to begin with.
Well, clearly didn't want to be taken alive.
Does solvent kill Barathu?
This might.
Yeah, that's what I'm confused about.
Yeah, do a bio check to figure out what the heck he was doing.
Oh yeah, I'm smart in game.
You got brains.
I'm really smart. Can I do like some sort of life science or medicine check, or is this not worth pursuing?
Yeah, you could do life science or physical science, I suppose. It's lab stuff, or a professional
Sure.
check of appropriate type.
I will do the life science. That is going to be a natural 3 for a total of 19.
Yeah, I mean, it's an industrial solvent. It's highly flammable.
Oh, gruesome. Okay. Ogden says,
And just to sort of
let's
take
keep
your sort of thought, and as you think about it, you think back to that color change that Dr. Flo did. That was probably adapting a weakness to fire.
Mm.
So that.
Oh, brutal. Huh.
Go ahead and convey this to your friends.
Well then. Yeah. Ogden will say, let's make sure to keep any open flames away from our doctor here. Why the hell would they be so adamant that...
They may have believed
clearly
we
did
were,
not want to be captured.
They may have believed we were reptoids. Maybe they've had a run-in with reptoids since the last time they worked with Voxus? Voxin?
Vorsic.
Vorsin.
Yeah. V.
Vorsin.
Vorsin.
Meanwhile, let's see. Iris was searching the lab. Iris doesn't know much about labs, but does find some stuff.
Don't know much about biology.
Someone who's been around labs enough might be able to find some more stuff. Looking through tissue samples and things like that. But you don't find any evidence of this bioweapon that Vorsin told you about.
Maybe Vorsen's the one lying to us.
It's possible.
It does. Yes.
Ogden, would you like
They could have sent us on a wild goose chase.
Ogden, would you like to search through the lab? Maybe you can find something that the marshal missed.
Sure.
No, I need
Get a
a life
31.
science check.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, the die was a 9 plus 19 plus 16 is 25. Life science.
So you also uncover a Mark II synergizing symbiote among the tissue samples. This does appear to be some kind of like bio lab, and those needlehawks were obviously experiments.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Genetically
Yeah,
modified?
Ogden would take a look at those as well. Yes.
Yeah, you can give me a medicine check for that.
I will do this. That's a 37.
Yeah, you find waxy greenish yellow filaments evident within the body of those nighthawks. You can
Gross.
give me a life science check to identify them.
Goodness. That's only a
saying
20.
Brain
I'm
control
not sure what
fungus.
they are, but you can give me one more medicine check on them now that you've found them.
Okay. 35.
You note that these fibers seem to have completely replaced the creature's original nervous system.
Interesting. The doctor seems to have been experimenting with nervous systems.
Like those mushrooms, well, that fungus that takes over earth ants' brains. Turns them into little zombies.
I don't
Yes.
think Earth exists, but your metaphor probably still works on some ants somewhere.
You know what
it
I mean.
does. And we're like, how many years pass? I mean, we got the gap, so it's not exact.
Unclear.
But
I saw it on a nature show I was forced to
so
watch
it's like
once.
year 5,000, probably something on Earth right now.
Oh, wow.
Because
So
Pathfinder
Earth's been
Galarian
completely
is
overrun.
Galarian is concurrent with like 1918, 1920 Earth.
I maintain that in that in the Reign of Winter AP, they're vague about how timey-wimey it is.
This is true, but this is the generally accepted consensus.
I don't accept it.
Is that because generally planar travel doesn't move you through time?
Yeah, but Baba Yaga's weird.
This is true. So it could be different, but the general consensus of the community has been that it's not timey-wimey.
All right.
Well,
What is our next move then? Should we perhaps take the doctor back to Vorsen, message Vorsen, ask them what to do next, because this did not go how they said it would go?
Yes, I imagine we should message our ally. Let's see how they respond. Is Vorsen a he? They're shearing, so it's kind of...
Yeah, Vorsen, I believe.
Let's see if it mentions any.
No, Vorsen is a they.
No.
Vorsen's a host.
Okay.
No
Cool.
genders allowed in this book.
Okay.
really
Yeah.
getting our practice on
We're getting-
neutral pronouns.
Precisely.
Flex those muscles. It's the only way you get better.
Yeah.
So we message them and
Oh, thank you, drunk.
say, thank you very much. We say thank you, drunk, and then we erase that because we were typing while we were talking. And
The doctor seems to be compromised. They tried to. What was that?
Vorsen never gave you guys a.
oh, that's right.
A
He said he
number.
would contact us. They said they
yeah.
would contact us.
Frustrating.
Yeah.
Not best
Or-
practices.
Yeah. Vorsen said they would contact you.
Well,
We could stake out the lab.
I imagine. That's true. But there's no telling, there's no denying that the doctor will probably try to off themselves once they wake up.
Yes, we need a containment strategy.
Can you keep them sedated?
Could. Long term, that is not ideal for their health, but neither is being replaced by reptoids. So,
Neither is being burned alive.
Remember that
yes.
Barathu cannot be replaced by Reptoid.
Yes, I understand. So, what are we gonna sit here? In
Adelaide
the
makes
lab?
herself comfortable. Oh, there's no chairs because it's a Barathu's lab.
All right, we go to Home Depot and get some chairs.
Except they
Let's
don't
just-
have
You
chairs.
could also go back to the cafe where you met with Vorsen in the past.
Did Ogden search the lab again?
Yes, Ogden did. He
I-
found the lab.
I
found
did,
the
and I found
Yeah, we
Mark
found
II
energizing
ability
state.
upgrade. Yes. That is a +4 to one of your attributes. I already have one. Somebody else should take that because that's very good.
Yeah, I already have.
Me to take it.
I'd love to have it.
Rock, paper, scissors for it, I guess.
I mean, it'll increase the power of my spells.
But it'll increase the power of my attacks.
My
I'll rock,
fists,
paper,
my
scissors for it.
fists.
Ready?
But yeah, I'll
Doodle-
give you guys.
Due to lag.
I think who has the highest like sense motive? I think it's Iris.
I've got an 18.
16.
Sense
I have a +12.
motive. I have a +13.
Then Ogden was the one who noticed that Vorson seemed to have like a good relationship with the staff at that or the owner at that cafe. Like, cause he got you guys right into a private back room where no one could see you. So if you went and talked to if you did a noir, go talk to the bartender.
Okay.
Kind of thing. You
Yeah.
could probably find him that way.
Can you get a message to him kind of thing? Sure.
All right. I guess we should drop the doctor off in our ship or something.
Yeah, that won't look suspicious. Just carry a giant gas bag through the streets, a sentient gas bag.
Our friend just had a bit too much to drink.
They can't keep their tentacles underneath them.
You guys are smart enough to know that's not going to fly.
Yeah.
There's not a good way to get Dr. Flo back to your ship without drawing unwanted attention to yourselves.
Yeah. This is unfortunate, but perhaps we just leave the doctor here.
The doctor will inevitably try to off themselves again.
If I knock them out for a good enough time, perhaps they won't wake up before we come back. That's the best we've got. What do we sit here?
No, I don't feel
or-
like playing babysitter. No.
Make it happen.
I have a lot of sedatives, Nick, because this AP has showered me with sedatives.
Make it rain!
I don't know. There's no mechanical, like, you knock them out for this amount of time. So if you would like, I could make a medicine check to, like, not kill the doctor. By overdosing.
Why are we tempting fate here? We've already almost killed the doctor twice. I say leave it, and Iris will sit and babysit the doctor if we're really that worried about it.
Well, what will you do if the doctor wakes up and then tries to off themselves?
I will keep them in a grapple. I will have them bound with restraints.
Just sit on them and tie up their tentacles.
I have a number of ways of non-lethally restraining many individuals.
Well, so long as you don't kneel on their neck.
I don't think they have.
Is
Too real.
your end goal here?
Well, we don't know what's up with the
Keeping the
doctor.
doctor alive.
We don't know what's up with the doctor, so we don't want to kill them.
We always try to...
Yeah, this is
Well, in general, we try to preserve sources of information from leaving us or being killed. And since we feel like we weren't able to extract information from the doctor previously, I think we all want to try and preserve the doctor until we can get another chance to learn what they were doing. But if the narrative keeps coming up that, no, this is a waste of time, resources, then I guess we need to just move on.
Yeah. I should say in this AP it is hard to know what to cling on to and what to let go.
Yeah. Like if
especially
you wanna,
in character.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like if you want to tell us that this guy just isn't important anymore, we can abandon it. But like in character, it doesn't make any sense for us to just let him go.
Figured something was fishy with sense motive, but that's like the gist of what we've been able to figure out with all of our checks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just sort of
And that they were
to like establish what your goal is here in like if you just So your characters see Dr. Flo as a potential source of information and think that's going to work at some
Both
point?
a source of information and a potential victim.
Yes. So, yeah.
I also something else just occurred to me once you finish your thought.
No, go ahead.
You mentioned brain fungus or nervous system fungus. Is there a way, without the doctor being dead, to tell whether they have been taken over
We
by
have
this
to cut the
brain
doctor
fungus?
open.
There's the rub.
Ooh, give me an intelligence
Okay,
check.
well.
Ogden.
I can do that thing.
Here's a solution.
Uh,
Oh, that's terrible.
I have a 7. I'm only +3 smart, and D20 variance on ability checks is real.
Yeah, ability checks are problematic.
That's true. Although,
Could
you
have been a
guys
low
can put this
DC.
together with between Ogden's medical expertise and sense motive and all, and just who you guys are. Particularly Ogden, I think. A strong motive for burning oneself to death would be so nobody cut you open.
Mm.
And the only way to tell if the doctor was infected would be if you cut them open.
Oh, I see. Ogden turns to the rest of the party. I believe that the doctor may have been infected by the same fungus that took over the nervous system of these Talonhawks?
Nighthawks.
Stingerhawks? Nighthawks. Yes.
When
These
you
creatures.
when you say that, Adelaide reacts with disgust and horror.
Yes. As an aside, it might be best for us to put on our environmental protections at this time. Just can't be too careful. I've learned in the lab.
Holding their breath.
Is there any way to verify this without killing the subject?
Well, sure. Neurosurgery could be. People have their brains operated on every day without dying. I am something of a skilled doctor. Not terribly skilled in neurosurgery, but I am familiar with it. There's a chance that I could cut their brain open with them surviving.
Yes, but I imagine you would need proper facilities.
Oh, this is a medical lab. It says so.
Ogden looks around. It's slapdash, but this is better than nothing. And I'd say the equipment here is, correct me if I'm wrong, Nick, comparable to what we have on our ship, and much closer.
Sure.
Now, here's the thing. What do we gain by confirming this suspicion? By cutting open the dear doctor?
Not much, I suppose.
If we can confirm that he is affected by the fungus, we know that there's nothing we can. They are affected by the fungus, then we know that there's nothing we can do to help them, right?
Yes.
So I would imagine.
If they've been compromised, then by some other means, it is possible that we can change it.
However, an alternative would be to just take one of these Nighthawks
back to our labs.
with us instead. They're much smaller. If the doctor, it's sort of a Space Schrodinger's cat situation, yes, where the doctor is infected until we realize that they are not by cutting them open, at which point we've cut the doctor open for no good reason. However, if they are infected, then they're doomed either way.
So,
Indeed.
Are they for sure dead if they are infected?
Well,
move
it seems that whatever...
It is worth noting
and
that
whatever
we've never
is
seen anything like this before. These filaments that have taken over their nervous system. You have no idea what they are.
Yeah, we just know that it was something. Okay, so I guess...
So perhaps...
Well, but they acted strangely, so we can infer that they wanted to self-destruct, perhaps to prevent discovery of this fungus.
Yeah. Like I said,
okay.
you have enough information to be like, well, that's a good motive for burning oneself to death.
Yeah,
would be
is to destroy
evidence
the
like
experiment.
this. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then Ogden will say, then we already have a sample. If the doctor is infected, then they are not going to cooperate with us and they will continue to try to destroy themselves. If they're not infected, then they will be happy that we left them alone. And hopefully we have not drawn too much attention to them already. But I can't imagine that they aren't infected because they've been experimenting with this fungus themselves.
Indeed.
And it would be odd for them to try and kill themselves if they didn't have good reason.
If it's your professional opinion that the doctor is infected, that's good enough for me, Agent.
It is looking more and more
suggest-
likely.
I suggest we leave the doctor to their own devices. If they wake up and discover that we are gone, there's no reason to destroy themselves because, well, we're not there to kill them and cut them apart. Now, if we take one of the Nighthawks, is it, with us and go speak to our benefactor, then we can possibly advance the plot.
Agreed.
Yes, I think we've dallied here long enough. So Ogden will bring out like a sample container from his microlab, and because I'm pretty sure at this level it only counts as an advanced med kit, but soon it'll be a whole medical lab, which is ridiculous. But he'll bring out like a sample container if from his microlab and store one of the Nighthawks in it.
You can absolutely do that and take it with you. You guys head out to go see if you can find Vorson then?
Yep.
Yes.
Sounds good.
At that diner.
Yeah. Well, as you walk out the door, you walk out the door and onto the street, and you see Affecta with 3 other stewards.
Uh-oh. Affecta, for those of you who were wondering, is Orson's android partner.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
bring
pull
my hand
up Affecta here.
There you go.
She says, sorry, but I'm gonna need to ask you to come with us. I promise we'll get everything sorted out, but you're under arrest.
On what charges?
Terrorism.
Iris trying to read the other android, so
and
shouldn't
the
get
destruction of Turkala space.
Oh.
Oh, she's absolutely 100% telling you the truth, and she's very sorry about it.
Oh, that.
I see.
I'm afraid I don't think we're going to be able to comply with that. Ogden's hand goes to his pistol.
Let me move you guys to this flip map.
Ah, this old chestnut.
This old chestnut.
Oh, resolution
Well,
here is killing me.
It'll get
there we
better.
go.
It got a lot better on mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be okay.
Yeah, no, it's very high res. It was just loading.
Then yeah, we do not go quietly.
Please, I don't want to have to hurt you.
Then
Then you should just let us go.
we understand. Don't worry. We won't kill any of you.
Yeah. I mean,
I guess
Ogden side-eyed Lasco at that.
Oh, let me clear this.
I mean, you guys have non-lethal weapons, right?
Probably.
Probably.
I wish we
Um,
did.
Yeah, I guess if you guys are going to resist arrest, go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Yep. Just a moment. Well, roll 20 catches up with me.
I guess, is she trying to pass us a secret message? I know that she's unhappy, but is she like...
That was what I was hoping to discern. With
No,
that.
she's not, but she did
Okay.
like blatantly say that she wants to get it sorted out. She's not being secret about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so this
Vorson
one
said-
steward android that might be on our side wants to help sort it out, and the rest of them just want us locked up for treason and terrorism.
That's the
I
issue
think
here.
not. Let's
Like if it was just her, the fear is that she's being pressured into this by the other stewards who are
Well,
compromised.
Iris, you do recognize that she is the ranking officer in this situation of the four.
Oh,
of them.
interesting.
Would you like me to try and bluff our way out?
I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
bluffing.
Or
I don't see how you could bluff your way out of it. Like the truth is, you're not terrorists, right? Like
Mhm.
that's the truth. That's not a bluff.
Yeah.
or diplomacy us out of it?
You could try.
Yeah, like let's go say if you don't think we're guilty, what makes you think that bringing us into the office will solve any problems?
It's the only way that any of this is going to get sorted out.
But can you trust everybody at your office?
Of course I can.
Are you sure? If
Going-
half of what your partner says is true, then your entire organization could be infiltrated by people who are actively trying to suppress the truth.
The same people that accused us of terrorism for blowing up their own base.
Vorson's a good cop, but reptoids aren't real. Please,
Oh, I'm afraid.
just come in.
I'm afraid they are very, very real. It's very
You
inconvenient.
saw one. Wait, you saw us kill one. He was lying there dead on the
Oh.
floor. You saw him.
That's right, she did. So in that case, instead of not real, more like
Okay.
they can't have taken over.
Borson seemed to
So
be
at
under.
that point, yeah, with your diplomacy, which technically goes
27?
on longer than that because it takes 1 to 4 minutes depending on circumstances. Says you're right, probably making a terrible mistake. At which point, the steward behind her
Reptoid.
yells, "They've corrupted Effecta! Get them! Attack!" And Effecta will be on your side for this fight.
Nice.
The others are not having any of your crap. This rookie in the back pulls their sidearm and is going to... This rookie in the back. Which one is it? Let's see. Come on. Roll 20.
It's
Tell me which one. Red.
the red one.
We'll move sort of back into this little park area here.
We need fight music, Tom.
We do need fight music.
I was a split second behind you.
Nice.
I have commenced making it with my mouth.
Oh, thank you. And take a shot at Lasco from over here. It's a 28 to hit
28 will hit.
for 8 electric damage.
Partially resistant.
Iris, you're up next.
Is curious whether or not this is difficult
Water.
terrain, right? Difficult
Yeah,
terrain.
difficult terrain.
Okay.
It's probably not that deep.
Then Iris is going to... Oh, actually, hold on. Iris could go this way. Never mind. Iris is gonna... but that doesn't make sense. Okay. All right. Iris is gonna run up here and try and defend his android compatriot from this other-looking one that's not red or blue.
This is a this guy actually this guy has art. The browser doesn't have art, but this guy does.
Hey.
Nice eyebrows.
Why, Paizo? Why?
Oh, definitely
Probably another.
I'm calling fungus, by the way. Definitely fungus around his eyes.
This book has great art, but I'm really I was forced to question as I was prepping why some things had art and other things did not. Very sad.
I was wondering if there was a fungus among us. But
Iris moves up
and attacks.
I presume attacks.
Yep. 23 for 17.
I think that will hit him. Let me double check. It will indeed.
Yes.
Very nice, very nice.
I'm more concerned about the close combat getting activated.
And Lasco is up next.
Lasco will dash up with Iris to back up Effecta. Moving up, and what does this guy have out? Melee weapon?
Actually, no. He's got a laser pistol out.
All right, then we'll give him half speed and no steps. Uh, 16.
A miss.
Well, so he's flat-footed and flanked, so that brings it up to 20.
That's true, which will hit. Yeah. Dread.
Oh,
Nice.
jeez.
34.
And this is why I threw this fight at you now. The book was like, if they had a particularly easy time, throw this fight at them right now. Otherwise, work them right.
Yeah.
Fair. If they're not all
right.
poisoned and fatigued.
Yeah, pretty much.
Speaking of poisoned, Ogden is going to hit. Let's hit
poison. What a good idea.
this one next to Effecta to the north. So we'll say unnamed cop number 2, unnamed steward number 2, blue. Ogden will shoot with a sickened shot, and he's going to add in a little mixture of a hampering inhibitor, which is his 8th level thing that he picked up. It's one of the level 2 feats, but that's because Biohacker starts off really strong, but their theorems are definitely not their selling point, I think, especially as you get higher levels. But anyway, I'm shooting him once.
Multi-class in a soldier or something.
That would be pretty boss, actually.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for that heavy weapon, injection weapon.
Oh my god.
That would be pronking
Fires
hysterical.
a huge needle.
You'd have to
The
take
size
one
of a
of those
halfling.
A flinching
sidearms.
cannon,
Okay,
but
we're
it's
not
a
getting into
bunch of
building
needles.
soldiers. Okay, shoot your thing.
I'm shooting my thing. You know I love talking character creation.
We could do that all day.
That is a
Perfect.
crit, mother
Nice.
prompt. 28 points of piercing damage to blue. They are sickened and hampered. Their move speeds are also 50% slower.
Oh,
Any
man,
form of
you guys
move
are
speed they have.
just heckin'.
Well, the
man.
nat 20s help.
Nat 20s do
that's-
help.
That's
We
true.
We made buying
Um,
crits more difficult, so the game, so Nolan was just like, "Oh, well, here."
That was what I was just going to observe. That's really funny, actually.
That's
We made
exactly
crits a lot
it.
more expensive, and now they keep
sort
popping
of
up.
shift into the pond here, standing in water up to his knees.
Can you shift into
and-
difficult?
Oh, that's a good point. I don't know if you can shift
Oh.
into. He'll move. He's not
north.
Oh,
provoke
well.
anyway.
Yeah.
Not a big. It's not a big for him. It doesn't change
Yeah, 'cause
anything if he
Effecta
moves.
hasn't gone yet.
So, and he takes a shot at Ogden, and that's a 26 for 4 electric damage.
Zzz.
Oh, now my big bad here can't heckin' 5-foot shift, can he? He's just stuck next to you.
He can move.
That's handy.
Now you're a higher level. I was gonna say. Some operatives have that thing where they can't do things to other operatives, but you're a higher level operative.
Well, it's specifically
You might be thinking
fucker.
Pathfinder too.
It doesn't matter. You're a higher level operative. I guess he'll move back a little bit, and well, he's gonna provoke either way.
That is gonna
Dang it.
provoke. Yeah.
Well. Oh, but he can. He can.
Simon does love forcing his provoked attacks of opportunity.
Well, but okay, but it's minimum 5, so he can, in fact, make a acrobatics check because you can never reduce speeds below 5.
Okay.
So he can try anyway to avoid your attack of opportunity, and he does.
Ooh.
Good for him.
Lasco nods respectively to a
Operative.
fellow acrobat.
I mean, he's a level 6 operative, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he takes a shot at Iris.
With what kind
Someday.
of weapon?
A laser pistol.
Laser pistol.
Laser.
I have one of those.
Come on, roll 20. Believe in you. There we go. Now let me hit the submit button. I should really just turn off multi-attack for all the bads if it's gonna be so slow. And just do the math, Alright, that's a 26 to hit. For 4 electric damage, which Iris just ignores. Even if it does hit. So totes ineffective against Iris, as he now realizes.
Hey, Leif, enhanced resistance worked out for you.
What a treat.
Effecta will shift back and make her. Oh.
Oh yeah, I hope
Or,
she's
I guess
super
move,
effective.
'cause
I get it. It's a play on her name. Good one, Tom. Good one.
Thanks, buddy.
I guess she also moves. I don't think you can shift as part of your trick. I think you have to move. So let me. She makes her acrobatics check, and she takes a shot at her former ally, hitting.
So you can't do that either.
What?
You can't
Oh, you're right.
I think
you can't tumble.
Well, it's not really going to matter because he's holding a
pistol.
got a gun in his hand anyway. He can't
yeah.
Yep.
make an attack of opportunity. So you're right. Not an acrobatics. Moves back, takes a shot at her former ally, hits for 24 electric damage.
Oh,
Goodness.
that's way more than they were doing. I'm glad we got her on our side.
Yeah.
Adelaide.
Adelaide casts Fear.
I hate that spell.
It's a 2nd level spell, so
On
it
who?
can affect actually all 3. It affects 1 living creature of CR 4 lower per 3
4
caster
lower.
levels. She's got no 2 of which can be 30
The real-
more
You're
than 30
level 8,
feet
so you can
apart.
affect 2.
Okay, that's right. So I guess I'll go with the 2 mooks, the blue and red.
All right.
Will saves, please.
Unless their CR is above 4, in which case.
Their CR is
which
in
case it
fact
doesn't matter.
not above 4. One makes it, and the other one does not. So red is shaken for 1 round.
Cool.
Or
And
wait,
blue is
that's the
afeared.
save effect.
Yeah.
Blue
The
is
full
shaken.
effect. Okay.
Yeah.
And red
this
runs
one
away.
is frightened for 1 minute.
Ooh. Shaken and sickened.
Yeah, he's
That's
having a bad
rough,
day.
buddy.
A
Shaken
steward
and
runs
stirred.
through the street screaming out of fear.
Shaken and stirred.
Mm.
All right. Let me make sure that's true and we're not thinking of a Pathfinderism. But in the meantime, that makes it his turn.
What are you looking to confirm?
Frightened, because Pathfinder, yes, you ran away. But not anymore in Pathfinder 2, and there's just a lot of things. You flee from the source of your fear as best you can. Yes. He runs away. And presuming you guys are not going to chase this poor steward rookie, I'm just going to take him off. Because, he's going to run.
He's going to recover a full minute later and be like, do I really want to go back to that fight? No, I don't.
No, he's going home. He's out of here.
He's going home.
He disappears around the corner of that building. Across the way there. Iris.
Lord, Iris is going to wait for Lasco, and they can just step up simultaneously for their attack.
Yeah, so you move up and ready an attack.
Yeah. Move up.
I mean, it's fine.
Attack.
You're one right after the other, so
yeah,
go ahead and both move
exactly.
up.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's cool. We'll step into position here.
Counting flanking, so that's a 22 to hit for 19.
Yep, that hits, and he's dead.
Oh, -4. Oh.
Oops.
Guys, wait, no, don't you have a non-lethal weapon?
I do have a non-lethal weapon. So
okay, so you can. Okay. So
that
then
Lasco
can get the blue guy.
weapons, yeah.
We don't need to talk to them. We're just trying not to kill stewards.
Right, we're just trying not to kill stewards.
Okay, but Iris, is your unarmed strike by default non-lethal?
Unarmed strikes are by default non-lethal.
Are yours?
Yes.
Still?
Let me go and reread the thing, I guess.
Unless you made yourself more effective.
The way it reads is...
I was looking into this a whole lot lately. But
okay. No, I'm going to go read unarmed, improved unarmed strike, so I have nothing to say to it.
I mean,
okay.
For now, we'll say, I guess you knock him out. We'll go with the...
Okay, then seeing that, I will attack blue instead. And blue has been damaged, so Lasco will try to do non-lethal, which is a -4.
Yeah, you knock him out, then he falls into the pond and starts drowning.
I pull him out of the pond, and then say, "Let's get out of here."
Quite.
All right, you don't want to.
Well, I mean, I assume we're bringing Effecta.
Right, but this Marduk Char guy here was the one who started the attack.
I see. I'll ask Effecta.
You guys can just leave him here if you want, but
he may be going back to tell others.
I mean, Ogden would like to inspect, because Ogden's a perceptive guy. He probably noticed the weird things coming out of the guy's eyes, surrounding his eyes and stuff like that. So Ogden would go over and examine the man at the very least.
This is in the art, but it's not a thing that actually happens in the story.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. But you can examine his body with a medicine check if you like.
I will do this thing. After I press the button. That is a 36.
You do discover a fresh surgical incision on his left arm. And are you cutting him open with that medicine check?
Seeing the fresh incision, I guess Ogden would be curious. Make a small repeat incision.
You only have to cut deep enough to find some nerves, because you noticed in the Nighthawks that it was their entire nervous system, right? So you only have to find a couple of nerves.
Sure.
We look towards Effecta to make sure that she's cool with it.
She's sort of watching quietly and uncomfortably. But
good enough.
That's good enough.
But yeah, with a 36, I'll let you make a an incision. You have more than enough like ranks to do this without killing somebody and then sew them back up. You probably want to like pull them into an alleyway or something first, but
We have a lab right behind us.
fairly
That's true.
fairly quiet, or you pull them in the lab. But yes, you do find those same strange greenish yellow filaments in his body.
So after Ogden explains this to Effecta, well, I guess we can explain it. Like both the doctor and the steward seem to have been infected by some sort of body-controlling fungus.
Or mind-affecting.
Mind-affecting fungus. It appears the reptoids have multiple ways of infiltrating.
Just so that it's on the record, you guys have no evidence of a fungus. Just some greenish yellow filaments that replace the nervous system.
Okay.
So we don't start assuming things.
Yep.
That's a good.
So
that's
then
good
I will
to set
say that
straight.
instead. There are parts of the nervous system of both these insects and this steward, and potentially the doctor, have been replaced.
Well, that's new. We'd better find Vorsen.
Who else knows that we are on this
Agreed.
on the station? Did you tell your superiors?
They already knew. I was sorry. I was worried about releasing an engineered virus on the populace, especially one created without oversight or testing of any kind. So I told Chief Inspector Delaska, and she insisted that I arrest you.
Good news. There was no bioengineered weapon. The doctor did not have anything for us, and in fact, as Mr. Lasco said, seems to be infected by whatever this is that is taking over nervous systems. So there may have been a weapon at one point, but if there is, we did not find anything, and the doctor was not cooperative. So you may have just misled our enemies, so inadvertently. Thank you.
Oh, perhaps there is a silver lining. We'd better find Vorsen, and quickly.
Agreed.
Agreed.
And she'll get him a message, because Effecta knows how to get a hold of Vorsen, unlike you guys. And Vorsen asks to meet back at your ship, as it is a safe. He believes it's a safe place to meet. And I think that's a good spot to take our break. And we'll come back for Vorsen's reaction to all of this and where the investigation will go from here.
Rough.
Love it.
Reptoids everywhere.
Okay. Reptoids everywhere, and
everywhere. We'll be back at 15 after the hour. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone. I hope everyone enjoyed their break. I know we had a good break, as we always do. Is everybody ready to get back to some Starfighter?
Yeah.
Sure.
yeah, totally.
Okay. When we left off, y'all had just about almost been arrested by some Stewards agents, but you managed to talk Effecta over to your side. You managed to talk Effecta over to your side, but they attacked anyway, I should say. You found that the other steward with her had some of those weird fibers taking over his nervous system. And you went off to meet Vorsen back at your ship. So,
All right.
No way. The reptoids are waiting for us there. No way.
No way.
Put you on your ship just for visuals. So you guys gather back on the ship. You meet Vorsen there. And Effecta joins you. The lot of you sort of sit down together. And Effecta fills you in on sort of what just happened and the details behind it. I'll show this to you as I read it, so you get both. She says, Talaska, I didn't even see that one. She's got Director of Vasco's ear on intelligence matters. Canny, though. Place of Vasco, and you've got everyone's eyes on you. But control everything she sees and hears, it's just as good as controlling her directly. If Talaska is the Reptoids commander here in Roselight, we can likely narrow down who the possible Reptoids are by seeing who's had the most contact with her recently. Vorsen pulls out a datapad and begins tapping us. That gives us just shy of 24 names. Difficult to believe they could do so much damage with so few hands, but as the saying goes, give me a long enough lever and place to wedge it and I can move a planet. Vorsen exhaled with frustration. But we need more information. Here, I'll send you my notes. If you can get evidence on which are Reptoids, we should be able to clear all our names. I'll work a few of my contacts to get you some resources. Let me get rid of the turn order thing and give you Vorsen's suspect list.
Yeah, I understand that it's just what the AP says, so we need to take it for what it says. But like, I feel like it feels like a stretch to assume that just because Effecta told this one person about us and then that person had us be attacked, it seems like a stretch that means that she's the leader.
Well, no, it's because of the command structure, right? Like they're high enough up the command chain that they told one person, right? So that's sketchy. And then that person is high up the command chain. They're not the top dog, but they might as well be because they informed the top dog. Yes?
Well, and the assumption that we sort of glossed over here is it assumes that you killed Marduk.
Sorry, which one's
The
Martha?
only way, the guy who had the filaments in him.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Because the only way to tell if someone's a reptoid is to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, it's specifically because she sent reptoids after you. But yeah, we are sort of like glossing past that because you sort of need to get to this spot to progress the story.
Sure.
But yes, technically your character should know at this point that he was a reptoid. But you don't because you didn't kill him.
Only he was. The other two were just stewards.
Yeah.
It was a reptoid.
Man, Liza really
so.
assumed we would be okay with killing stewards.
Yes.
Or with killing people in general.
And
This party just inevitably...
And maybe you guys kind of missed this from before, but Effecta did explain that she went to Dalaska with her concerns about the bioweapon. And Dalaska insisted that she arrest you and take a squad of 2 rookies for backup along with Marduk Char, who's a senior constable. She insisted that Marduk go specifically, along with Effecta to arrest you, even though she thought she could do it herself.
Yeah, so that's evidence enough, I think, right? At least for a hunch.
Yeah, it's worth a shot. It still feels like the tendrils could easily be more than 12 people, but yeah, I guess this is a decent suspect list to start with.
Right. So this is yes, Vorsen gives you this suspect list of 12, just shy of a dozen names, who are close to Dalaska, and he has some suspicions about.
Did we ever discover the reason that businessman, who is supposed to be an elf, looked human?
Well, because
Possibly because he was a reptoid. I think that was
clear why the reptoid had those like 2 guises, or like Maybe they just didn't want to be seen leaving their office as an elf, or
They only
That's
have
true.
the one.
Mm-hmm.
Presumably
But we found them on the internet with the elf.
bad at
Picture.
policing people.
I see.
So
Oh,
that
right.
to me
okay.
would indicate that the reptoids can sometimes accidentally tip their hands by not quite getting their target right.
Right,
Yes,
because
no?
they need to know. They need to know everything about the target. Perhaps Swift. I know it was Swift something. The Swift mercenary company, the Swift contractor company, needed to be replaced. Swift personnel needed to be replaced quickly, and so they didn't have time to do a proper deep dive on the persona. Mixing up a race is pretty big, but you know, whatever.
I feel like
He's already
that's
dead.
It's on the top of
We
your
shouldn't be
character
chasing
sheet.
down that lead anymore.
All right.
Corson says,
The reason I'm
well, that's what tipped me off to him in the first place. Why do you think I was watching the place?
See.
Yes.
which to me indicates that of the suspect list we've been given, this Gonza Arlo, female human, who's had the sudden erratic personality shift combined with subtle changes in appearance, that puts her at the top of my list of people to investigate.
Agreed. This, what is it? The male Asoki, Piknath. Apparently, you're saying their diet is almost entirely carnivorous. Aren't lizard folk typically carnivorous? And conversely, Mr. Lasco, your people do Asoki. They don't normally live off of meat alone. Yes.
Lasco's eyebrows raised. I'm pretty sure we wouldn't die if we tried.
No, say the opposite of that.
Really?
Yes.
So interesting.
That
Because humans
is
can just eat
interesting.
meat, right? And and they
No.
wouldn't die.
Humans can't eat just meat, but pretty sure rats and mice can.
Friends, this is what is in the universe, though, right? Like
I get
rats
it. I get
and mice and
It says-
whatever the hell.
it says
But
right
Asoki aren't those.
No Yosoki could survive.
it. Sure.
So we're gonna have to.
But the narrator might be unreliable, right? Forson's a weird guy.
That's true. But
Trust
In
no
this
one,
case,
not even the text.
okay,
I think I'm going
I'm
to trust
telling
the.
you, as god of this game, that this is
Uh-huh.
a true fact. Yosoki
All right.
cannot survive on just meat.
Then Lasco says,
Yes.
of course my people cannot.
Adelaide adds, indeed, Yosoki are omnivorous.
Indeed, we are obligate
Yes.
omnivores.
So that is also interesting. That they seem to be showing no adverse effects, I imagine. So Piknath and I don't know. Telemovna, the Vesk.
And the one that
Her
goes to
showing
the
up
creamery.
at the creamery is pretty suspicious.
Yes, I have to
Indeed.
admit that some of these suspicions are a bit weak. Are a bit weak. There are other explanations for always taking notes aside from secretly being a reptoid.
Perhaps
And this is
Sedgwick
to Alexander. What's his name
took
again?
a fancy to you recently, Vorsen.
Well, let's
that's
not
what they
pick it
say.
apart.
Of course, no, but we should take care of the top leads, in our opinion, first. So, what is your recommendation? Would you like us to infiltrate the stewards somehow, or find these people in their homes? Do you know where they live?
Well, all the stewards here live on the base. But I don't know. What are you good
Okay.
at? Maybe you dig around in their computer records for suspicious activity. Tail them and find explanations for any suspicious behavior. Maybe you find a way to provoke them from a safe distance. Hell, you've got a dead one now. Damn it, you don't have a dead one now. Be creative. It's gotten you this far. That
Seems a bit
eliminates
dangerous for us to.
whole, like, strand of the investigation. That's lovely. Continue.
It seems a bit dangerous for us to be closely involved in this, since we are known terrorists and our faces are posted up on the walls. And my disguise check is like maybe a 13.
And you're the highest.
I don't think this half mustache. I don't think this fake mustache is fooling anyone.
It's not, but what's your other choice? You gonna run away with your tail between your legs, or are you gonna deal with this?
Need a bigger mustache.
We'll handle this. I have some experience infiltrating organizations. Chasing down leads.
We're also fairly intimidating.
Yes, this is certainly closest to your wheelhouse, Agent. What do you suggest? How do you suggest we start?
Well, infiltrating the Stewards base itself is probably our last resort. As you have said, we are known fugitives. Most vehemently chased by those we are trying to hunt down. So they will know us at a glance. And yes, our disguises are not the best. However, perhaps tailing them, like Vorson suggested, would be a good idea. And you are good at computers, so you could do some research into their records, see if there are any errant purchases, or in the case of our Isoki friend, just where he is getting all of this meat, what kind of meat it is. Find any little details might help. So that could help.
Agreed. All right, the computer seems less likely to be noticed than a physical tail. I'll start there.
Excellent.
And from the computer on the ship, I'll dig into each of these people.
Sure.
I don't know how long it'll take.
Are you trying to like hack into computer networks or look up
From least invasive to most invasive. So like starting out looking for any appearances of their face in like media, and then slowly trying to hack into computers of like not them, but maybe like the people that they've been seen interacted with to try to get, read other people's journals and see if they've noticed any oddities.
You can go ahead and like compile a profile with pictures and things they've said and stuff like that. But that'll be a sense motive.
Sense
and
motive.
then hacking, compiling it is something you do with the computer, but going through it and sort of developing their profile is a sense motive thing.
Yes.
Can I get help? Yeah, can I get help from
We
Ogden on
find-
this once I compile it?
Yes.
Sure.
If you
each thing you
find...
Liz, what were you going to say?
Oh, I was going to say, if you find me all of their social media profiles, I can put together an assessment of whether or not their brand has changed.
All right. We can work together on that.
So you can work with somebody or you can sort of work by yourself, but each one of these checks is going to represent 12 hours of investigating.
Yeah. I would
Okay.
expect this to take a long time.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just want you guys to be aware.
Of course.
And I need to know
Uh,
you're investigating.
So many names.
oh, each person.
Let me give you guys access to edit this. If somebody wants to sort of be the designated note taker, because whoever saves last wins.
Right.
In Roll20
Okay.
notes.
That's true. Yeah.
So be sure to like let each other know if you're in there changing things. But you
All
can
right,
go
I'm
into
typing,
things.
so...
Yeah. You are our formal note taker then.
Okay.
All right.
So Adelaide made a sense motive check to analyze someone's sort of profile. Who are you analyzing?
Gonzalo.
Answer Alo. let me see what I've got. All right. So it looks like looking into the profiles. Actually, before I tell you what you got, let me see that. That'll do it. Yep. It looks like Gonzer Allo gave birth to twins 3 months ago. And her shift in personality and appearance were due to pregnancy, then sleep deprivation, and postpartum depression.
Unfortunate.
I'll do it.
That'll do it. All right. Sounds like Lasco wanted to do a hack. Who would you like to try to hack about?
Oh, who would Lasco be suspicious of?
Here, I can give you the text for your notes. Here.
Sounds like you'd be suspicious of that Yosoki.
Yeah, I guess. I still find it hard to believe that Yusoki are obligate omnivores, but I can work with it. Let's do a computer check on Picknath.
Okay, give me that check.
24.
All right, that'll do it. You managed to find some stuff on Picknath. You find that I don't know how you find this by hacking in, but Pick can't stand most Yosoki foods, and it appears to be a relatively common reptoid disorder that makes it difficult to digest vegetation and carbohydrates. You found a Vesk. Or not a Vesk. You found a reptoid.
Different reptile.
Lovely.
Different reptile. All right, what about Ogden and Iris? What are you doing during this 12 hours? Who would you like to investigate and how?
I'm curious what legwork entails.
Following.
I mean, legwork is going around and talking to people on the street.
So like diplomacy.
Yeah, it's gathering information.
I see.
You're going around and talking to their associates, trying to figure out if anything's changed.
I can walk the beat.
Maybe tell him Mavna?
Do some diploma. Can I get some lipstick before I go out though?
Absolutely.
Great. So that's a 24.
That'll. Who are you investigating?
Oh right, yeah. I was gonna
Tell
ask
him
if there
Mavna.
was an android on there.
Oh, no, I don't believe so. But there's the female Vesk that goes to the creamery a lot.
The female Vesk that goes to the creamery a lot. What's the name again? Just so I'm getting it right. Telly Mavna.
Mavna. Yeah, so you ask around.
Yeah, gonna go to Simeon Creamery and ask around about this person's showing up. Find out if it's like recent or not.
So it takes some doing, asking around, but you find out that about 5 years ago, like everything about her changed when she went on vacation to Vesk Prime. You have found another reptoid.
Oh dear.
Mm-hmm.
What about Ogden?
Ogden is, it seems like a long shot, but he's gonna look over Yona Raito, probably Yona Raito, the female human who has long, intense stares without blinking, because that sounds pretty reptilian. So I would like to do that with sense motive, looking over their dossier that we're able to pull up.
I will let you know that mechanically, every time you succeed one of these, that specific check gets harder.
So perhaps a different check? Medicine?
But you're more than welcome to still do sense motive. I'm just like, I have a little sheet with a bunch of check boxes in it that are informing me of the DC.
I'm familiar. Could I swing this with something else then? I'm not as good at computers. I could do medicine.
What's your profession? Do you have a profession check?
I do not, actually.
That's bad.
I'll roll with sense motive, though. My sense motive is very good. Now that I've said that, of course, I'm going to roll a 1 or something. But,
it could happen. That's for sure.
I'll happily roll a sense motive. That is a 23.
Oh, no,
I would like to use a reroll.
let's
Do we
see.
have- do we
You
have
do
one,
have
do we?
two of them. This one's from Drunk
Oh.
Fat Ninja. Make
Thanks,
Drunk Fat
Drunk
Ninja
Fat
proud.
Ninja. I will not bring shame. That's a 37.
Goodness.
Thank you,
Nice.
Drunk Fat Ninja.
7 will do it. One more time. Who were you looking at?
All the way at the bottom,
Uh,
Yona Raito,
Yona, yes.
female human.
So you're going over the profile, and you do in fact notice that things have changed very recently. Raito's personality has changed significantly to be happier and more congenial.
Hmm.
That sounds more like fungus rather than reptoid, right?
That is a
Or
good
they
point,
picked up a
but
new
it's not-
hobby.
Not fungus. It's fibers. It's nervous system being replaced with
Replacement.
fibers. We don't know that it's a fungus yet, or if it will be a fungus. Who knows? So yeah, I guess Ogden will flag that as possible fungus, possible nervous system replacement.
Inconclusive. but,
Yes, inconclusive. You know, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Controlled one way or
I'll
another.
I'll make it italic.
That would be great. Thank you.
So the confirmed ones are underlined. The ruled out
not.
ones are struck through.
Well, but that one might be a fungus.
And-
That's the. Gosh darn it! That one might be a nervous system replacement.
I'm sorry, we
Um,
cannot
Yeah, it's been learned.
It's fungus.
Can't be unlearned.
There's a fungus among us.
Much like the pathways in the nervous
could-
system
it could
itself.
be It might be. All right. So that's 12 hours worth of work on y'all's part. You probably want to go to bed at this point. You had a
sleep.
long day. You sleep. You get up the next day, do some more investigating.
brand new day.
Today,
Uh.
Lasco's gonna look into Perry Hasselt, who seems to be taking a lot of sick days and has an unusually warm office.
Okay. How are you going to do that?
I guess I'll do a stealth check to tail them.
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
30.
Oh yeah. You manage. You follow Perry around for like all day, you know, and you find that Haseld comes from Castrovel and grew up in tropical temperatures. The sick days are being used to help cover for a small vid game pirating operation.
Huh.
I see.
You wouldn't steal a video game, would you?
You wouldn't print a car. Yes, I would.
Yes, I would.
All right, so she's
you
innocent.
didn't hear that real NSA. All right, who else?
Iris is interested in this female Yosoki who's recently changed her behavior and is interested in using. Is survival an option? Can I track
how would you use survival?
I don't know. Similar to stealth, I guess. So that's already one of the
Sort of
options.
shadow.
So- yeah, I guess
Shadow.
survival's
You
really
can-
used to
I would
like
let you
follow
use survival
tracks. So that's
It'll
I'm
still
talking
count as
myself
like
out of
the same kind of check. But I would let you use survival to shadow someone if you'd
okay.
like.
Well, I'm gonna diplomacy again, anyways, because nobody else has been using that, so we'll just do that.
Oh, I was going to diplomacy, but
Oh, you are. What's your diplomacy bonus?
it is higher than that. 14.
Oh, you're one higher than me. All right, I'll survival then. Oh my god, I rolled a 4.
Ah, you do not manage to follow them around. They lose you at some point during the day, and you spend most of the rest of the day sort of trying your best to pick up their trail again and failing. What about Adelaide?
Adelaide is going to use Adelaide is going to use diplomacy to find out why Lee Kwa-wan is returning to work with unexplained injuries.
You go ask around. Give me that diplomacy.
Mm-hmm.
First rule of Fight Club: you don't talk about Fight Club.
That's exactly what's going to be what's going on here.
Let me see.
So that's and then add one for charming veneer.
Go.
So 28.
You guys are almost on the money. You ask around and you find that Juan works after hours as a bouncer at a local club called the Jewel Hammer, and takes bribes from club ownership to hush up noise complaints, health inspections, and other crimes.
Yikes.
Illegal, but probably not a reptoid. And that
right.
is
that day too?
4 of you, isn't it? No, Ogden hasn't gone
no.
yet. Ogden was the last one
me.
yesterday.
Yeah. So Ogden, let's see. So Iris confirmed that Telmovna. Okay. Let's see. Starting to scrape the bottom of the barrel here. Ogden is going to use.
Well, I'm curious.
Yes.
Well, Ogden, I was wondering if perhaps you could use some of your medicine to give us some insight into why a human might smell of ammonia if they're actually, for instance,
Human.
a reptoid.
Well, there are a number of reasons that anybody could smell of ammonia. Yes, they might have a side business of taxidermy or something. I don't know. I was thinking I would use perception though.
I mean, if it's better, then yeah,
it is. Because Ogden wants to look through more dossiers on. I was thinking of we'll go with. I had them. Suso Adaring, recent transfer without friends, contacts, or records.
that works.
Using perception to look at old photos of them and whatnot.
I'm gonna guess.
Comparing.
Trying to get away from family they hate.
It's quite possible. That is a 31.
That'll do it. Sort of going through everything you can find on a daring, you find that the lack of records is due entirely to a bureaucratic snafu, and otherwise the younger steward is simply shy. Not a reptoid.
Bummer.
Way off the mark.
Well, we're getting there.
Right.
And
That's-
I was the last one.
That is 12 hours of investigation. You probably have a little bit of time to kill before bed, but you probably stopped and took lunch and did other things. So unless you guys want to maybe do a scene where you check in and compare notes, we can go on to the next day.
I suppose at dinner, Laska will point out. Oh gosh, I keep on forgetting his name. Vorsen. The remaining leads are pretty, you must admit, tenuous. Looking through his vidpad, one Yusoki is saying hello to you each morning.
However,
Thorson went home, man.
Oh, he's not with us on the ship, I think.
No.
So instead you were saying that to Ogden.
At dinner.
Yes.
As
and
Laska
Ogden,
was, yeah.
Ogden responds as Lasco's eating his very omnivorous dinner. Yes. Ogden will
Nice salad.
respond. Well, we wouldn't want to go in having discounted anything, Mr. Lasco. If Vorsen has given us these leads, it behooves us to run down every lead. Many operations fail because not enough, the proper groundwork was not laid out before the mission was carried out. Any missing link could be the link that breaks the chain.
Indeed. I do worry that, and I suppose we're only losing 1 or 2 extra days chasing down these inevitable red herring.
You have only found 2.
Yeah.
1 a day.
Mm.
It might take
Probably
us a week at this rate.
Well, let us
How
hope there
long
are
will it
only
take
2.
the stewards? And how long will it take the stewards to figure out that this is our ship?
That is an excellent question. It just made the GM laugh, so you know that's bad.
Probably safe to
We,
they're just like, yeah.
yeah, we don't know what the hell they're doing on their weird ship. We're just gonna let them stew there, I guess. So, Ogden says goodnight and gets some sleep for a third day of running down some leads. It looks like we've only got 4 left, yeah? Because there were 12 leads.
Well, we
So it's
didn't
just another day.
confirm. We did not confirm or deny the Lanny Cedric or Yona Raito.
Yeah,
Quite
I
yet.
count 6 leads, I think.
Yona Raito. I got a really good sense motive on Yona Raito. I was pretty certain that they were not a reptoid, but rather victim of the whatever this is with the nervous system.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because it was a 30 pronking 7.
that's
which-
good. That's totes a leap you guys could make.
Mm-hmm.
You were
Okay, good.
successful in like finding out about Yona.
Okay, good.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I just wanted to check where we were.
Yeah, of course.
Great.
Yeah, I guess
It's
Lasco's
a new
probably...
day.
Well, as a minor note, Lasco probably like set up a bunch of camera feeds all around the ship just to keep an eye on anyone who happens to pass particularly near.
Fair enough.
Sitting in a car across the street or, that good stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
A flower van that never seems to make any deliveries.
Not worried about them watching us. I'm worried about them bombing us.
That too.
I mean, bombing you would be a little bit public for reptoids.
Yeah, this is
Definitely.
true.
Although they
Gotta
did
be
try
more
it
sneaky
once,
and underhanded.
but,
Yeah.
it was an ice cream shop, not your ship.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Ice cream ship. Ice cream ship? Oh gosh.
Ice cream
An
shops
ice cream
explode
ship
all
would
the
be
time.
awesome.
That's
They're
delicious.
well known for-
Oh man, ice cream ship.
All right.
Except you can't hear the ice cream. The jingle in space.
Lasco will
Sorry.
investigate Dunhit Wesser, who is obviously just desperately in love with Vorsen.
Mm-hmm.
I
Alright.
guess we'll do. So I could do a perception check, but when Ogden did the perception check, did that make the DCs harder for mine or just for his?
Everyone's, and it is only when you succeed at them that it makes them harder. So there is that.
Okay. I guess I'll do
And they don't
stealth again.
Do they reset
Um,
each day?
No.
No.
Okay.
Basically, the up in the DC sort of represents the reptoids sort of getting wise to you
Yeah.
in that particular method of looking into them. It gets harder.
Gotcha.
Lasco will do another stealth check. He's pretty good at those. Try to tail Dunhit to figure out whether he's tailing Vorsen.
Sure. Go for it.
32.
Oh yeah, that makes it. So yeah, you don't following Dunhet around. it appears that they once harbored romantic feelings for,
Haha.
but they don't seem to anymore.
Well, Vorzen did go off the deep end.
But they don't.
I mean, that happened a long time ago.
But they don't seem to anymore.
Hmm.
And they don't seem to anymore.
But
Well.
no, but Vorsen is still noticing an increased heart rate. Yes.
I mean, these are Vorsen's notes. They might be a little bit out of date.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They might not have been updated in the last week or two.
Inconclusive.
No, I think that's conclusive, right?
I'd say so.
Was it sense motive or was it stealth?
It was stealth.
actually?
It was stealth.
Stealth.
In terms of the game, I
Iris
think
is
so.
gonna-
Success is a success. So I think they're just not a reptoid.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a
Oh,
reptoid.
Antenna misread. I
Not
see.
reptoid.
Okay.
Okay.
Iris is just going to retry what they did last time. Another survival check here on Lonnie.
To follow him around.
A 30. Yes.
Much better.
Much better.
That'll do it. On Lonnie, you said,
Yes.
yes, Lonnie is indeed a reptoid.
Hmm.
This is essentially a stealth.
Yes.
I think they needed that.
You follow Lonnie around,
Wow.
and find that she is indeed a reptoid. Some
How?
variety. That's all that one gives me. I don't know why.
I follow her to her place of residence and watch her just kind of like eyes change to reptoid as she drops her facade for just a moment.
Yeah, you catch it
Or
at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She takes off her skin to take a shower, and you're like, reptoid.
Ah.
Yeah. Real
But yeah,
conflicted because you shouldn't watch people get undressed, but then when they start taking their skin off, that's when you know.
yeah, I love these little tables because sometimes like they're really detailed, especially for like the ones that are
Right.
not reptoids. Like gives you really good reasons that they're not reptoids, but then it doesn't give me any good reasons. That
And
they're
it's just
reptoids.
like, yep, it's a reptoid.
Yep, that one's a reptoid. I'm like, you want me to make them all up?
This one's not a reptoid, and it's because they were in a fight club that they started 17 years ago when their grandmother died.
they needed to get out all of that repressed anger, and yeah.
Yep. All right. So Iris found a reptoid. About
I'd like to check the legal records of Taj Lanner, who spends extraneous time in the copy room. I'd like to see if perhaps they are in trouble with, creditors or have recently purchased, some new real estate and are trying to get their house renovated. Just whatever it is, paperwork, and profession lawyer.
all right. Give me
Yeah,
that
maybe he's
check.
getting his house refinanced. So much paper.
Yeah, I hear that sucks.
Oh my god, so much paperwork. We literally spent an hour with this person at our table. That's only a
It's only
20,
a 20.
so I'm going to use my one reroll a day.
Okay.
Womp womp.
Oh, worse.
It's a nat 1.
That's a
that is
nat
indeed
one.
worse. So you look through a whole bunch of paperwork, but don't find anything conclusive.
And probably tipped him off. Oh well.
No, you only tipped him
Tomorrow's
off
a
when
new
you-
day.
All right, and Ogden.
Hi. Ogden is passing ferret stealth, and we've had more people do stealth, though, right?
It's true. You're the
Simon,
only
you've
one
done-
who's done perception.
Okay.
That's what we'll see.
I want to use my cool spy stuff. I have a whole archetype for this that gives me rerolls in stealth.
I mean,
it's fine.
if you want to do cool
no.
spy stuff, you could go buy some, X-ray goggles and do some life science,
could
examine their
X-ray
skeletons.
So cool.
Oh my god, you're right. That's exactly what Ogden does, because X-ray goggles would totally be useful anyway. And that's
Examine
such a
their
spy thing to
skeletons.
have. Yes.
Go look at their
And
give me a life
it's
science.
such a medicine
tell me
nerd
whose
thing
skeleton.
too.
Tell me
Yeah.
whose skeleton you're looking at first.
I would like to look at the skeleton of this Vumi White, the male human who's a little too on the ball and attentive, always taking notes.
All right, give me a life science check.
Okay.
I
life
don't think we even need to
science.
roll any dice. Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's a 33.
You indeed find that White is a reptoid by using your X-ray goggles to look for inconsistencies in his anatomy. For sure, a reptoid. You have found
See those bone spurs? Reptoid.
another reptoid.
He has a tail
And
hidden inside of his leg.
He actually only has one leg and a tail. All right, now excuse me as I go look up the price for X-ray goggles, because that's a thing that Ogden should have anyway, probably.
Yeah, and you spend part of your 12 hours to go buy them.
Well, it doesn't take 12 hours to examine a skeleton, I assume.
Well, you have to track them down and then get in a good
Really?
position.
Yeah.
They have to be sitting in a restaurant long enough that you can. So a good part of your day is probably spent following them around and trying to find a good
Get a
time to
real
do it.
good look at that skeleton.
Yep. All right, that is your third day. You have found 1, 2, 3, 4 reptoids.
4 reptoids.
And we should probably spend this last day, the fourth day, because it looks like we only have 1 or 2 people, you say.
2 people, I
Still have
think.
Bridget.
1, 2.
And Todd.
I think Bridget's it.
Yeah.
No, there's
No, and
there's
Tosh.
two.
The one that I failed on.
Yeah. So
right, okay.
we can 2 of us can make a check on the same person, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's just go,
Let's we'll look into Bridget. Let's go with another computer check. We haven't done too many of those. Try to hack into her Facebook profile to see what she might be doing that involves ammonia. Ooh, 23 is 1 short, I think, right?
Is in fact 3 short now.
Oh.
Well, Iris will use a sense motive on her and try
All
it.
right.
No.
Oh no, it's also.
How many rerolls do we have right now? Should we use a
You have
reroll?
3 rerolls.
Let's use one of those rerolls since we have an hour left.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Let's go. We'll
Alright.
use his reroll on her.
This one's
Let
from
me
Trippy.
check it. Oh, you got it.
Do good by Trippy.
Thank you.
failed.
29.
No.
Oh, wait. Were you using 2? Leif, I said I
Uh,
was using it.
I thought that's why I mentioned it. I was going to use it.
But I said.
Oh, well
I
then
was using
Leif
it.
took the reroll.
I didn't
Because Leif pressed the button first.
I didn't hear you there,
All
Simon,
right.
but I did firsties. So
They did
Yeah.
press the button first. In which case,
Impressive.
Trippy's reroll did help you. Because a 29 was
Ta-da.
just enough on that sense motive to profile. You guys were doing Taj
Bridget.
Bridget.
or Bridget.
Bridget.
Yes, you found a reptoid.
Oh.
I would,
Any explanation of the ammonia?
Yeah, only Vorson's keen senses were enough to identify it.
Yeah, but do reptoids really like ammonia?
Apparently, they smell very, very faintly of ammonia.
Gross.
I would like to mention it at this time. That is the first time I have ever effectively used a Trippy reroll.
All right. What about Adelaide? I presume you're checking up on Taj again?
Yeah, let's do another profession. No. Profession lawyer is low, but could I do mysticism?
I hear diplomacy is nice this time of season.
What are you hoping to?
But we've had-
How are you hoping to use mysticism? I suppose.
Let's see. What's the explanation for Taj looking weird? Spending extraneous time in the copy room. Oh, I use divine prying on him to try and see what he's doing in that copy room. Like I focus all of my energy on like picture the copy room, that guy from accounting is copying his butt. All right, keep focusing.
Actually a spell, so you would need a spell, but if you want to use some kind of a scrying spell, you can give somebody a +2 to shadow or profile someone.
Why don't you just do the lawyer thing again? What's your mod?
Actually, it's not as bad as I thought it was. Okay, let's do lawyer thing again. 28?
That is enough.
Woo! Because no one else did lawyer
Very
yet.
nice. Well, it's still the same sort of profiling action, so it does go up, but then using a profession skill brings it back down.
Woohoo!
So Taj is in fact your last remaining reptoid. Who is for some reason making extensive copies of Steward records.
Oh.
Okay.
The reptoids
Exciting.
apparently want all those records.
But like hold on. First of all, question: when everyone uses a comm unit, what does a copy room actually do? Does it copy files? Can every computer copy files?
Hey, they could have they might have decided that for extra security, they went back to paper.
Paper can't be hacked.
Copies.
Well, and a lot of those
it's
kind of
not.
records are air gapped, right? So you probably do have to like physically walk to a copy room, plug in your drive, and then physically walk it back to where you need to go and plug it in there.
Yeah,
It's probably
that's
what
true.
the copy room does.
All right, I buy it.
It's probably an air gapped mega database.
I have some bad
All right.
news.
Huh?
Oh,
The X-ray visor somehow is a level 9 item that costs 15,000 credits. Ogden did
Jesus
not go out and buy one of those.
Oh wait, hold on. You can also use an X-ray serum. Armory.
Okay, for like 200 credits or something.
Yeah.
Which Ogden probably whipped up himself.
Yep.
As
There you
part
go.
of his 12 hours. Yeah, okay.
and he made it like bubblegum flavored, just
Mhm.
because he can.
Yeah.
That
No, he
that
made it-
actually
he made it
occurs to
spearmint.
me. Sorry, finish what you're saying.
He made it spearmint, that's all I was saying.
Oh,
Okay.
with some of our downtime, we should have whoever ends up with that synergizing symbiote should have attuned to it. So let's figure out who's got it real quick. Let's instead of just rock paper scissors, let's just roll a d20 and whoever gets the higher gets it.
I thought
Yeah,
you were
'cause-
getting it.
What?
Like it's real. No, the two of them hadn't decided, Nick.
Oh, okay.
No.
Nope.
Yeah, I rolled a 10. You have a 50-50 chance of getting it. Okay, it's yours.
It goes to Adeline with
Thank you.
18.
All right.
All right. And then
When you meet up with Vorsen, he brings you a box. He says, I've found my ability to communicate silently with nearby allies increasingly useful in this clandestine work. I think you'll find these handy. And he gives you 4 Mark II Mind Link circlets, one for each of you.
ooh, very nice. Ogden hefts one and says, yes, this This should come in quite handy. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Yeah, that shit don't cost
have
a dollar.
I have a source for these kinds of things. Tell me, what'd you find?
6 reptoids. Right? No 6, 5 or 6.
Yeah, it was 6.
You're lying. 1, 2, 3.
Mm.
Half of your suspects. So, better an accuracy than I expected.
Well, I have been at this a while, kid.
Indeed, but so have they.
Who do you have?
List them out. Bridget Suchlane, Lanny, Pick, Taj, and Telemofna, and Vumi.
Well, I think we should probably try to capture one for interrogation.
Agreed.
Unfortunately, the stewards tend to stick to public, well-monitored areas, hiding in plain sight and using the police state to their advantage. But we might be able to capture Taj.
All right. Is the copy room not... Are you planning on getting him in the copy room or on his way home?
No, Lanar makes frequent trips for books, data chips, albums. I suspect that Lanar works to keep the reptoids' network of spies supplied with current news and pop culture to help them blend in better. You should be able to tail him and catch him unaware.
That should be
Alrighty.
workable. All right.
Fantastic.
We probably already know a decent amount about his day-to-day operations after investigating him for 48 hours between
24 hours.
between the 4 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can totes try to tail Taj. Let me move you to. I also grabbed the urban sprawl map.
Nice.
I sort of put him on the bridge in the middle there. So you guys are trying to tail this guy. Who has the lowest stealth check?
Me.
Oh no.
Highest.
You cast invisibility on yourself.
I do not have invisibility.
Womp.
I've seen invisibility.
It's the opposite of that. Oh, should we drag our tokens onto the map?
Yeah. You guys should probably up above, coming up on the bridge, trying to tail this guy somewhere up there.
Nick had also asked who had the highest stealth check, which I believe is Simon.
Let's go with 20.
So Lasco, you can aid, and you do so automatically. So Adelaide will get a +2, but Adelaide has to make the stealth check.
I can
Hey,
also shoot
guys.
her and give her a +2 because of drugs.
If you shoot her a +2, does that make Adelaide's stealth score any higher than anyone else's?
What is your stealth score, Adelaide? With
No.
a +4.
I don't have any stealth.
Oh God.
Your stealth score is a 0.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe she is deaf.
Well, no, it's a 1. So, having rolled a nat 1,
I have 2 decks, and
Yes.
I'm gonna reuse my my reroll. Gonna use my daily reroll. All right.
Oh right, yeah. Because days have
Yep.
passed. That's nice.
I get a 10.
That's a sight better.
It's about as good as we can expect.
It becomes. a
Oh,
14.
here's an idea. Can she just be way further behind than the rest of us? Since distance
Could I
matters?
just be? Yeah, actually, could I just be sitting at a bench using bluff to pretend I'm not watching?
You guys could attempt to set a trap instead of tailing.
I like that.
We can't do both.
We're a lot more
Yeah.
deceptive as a party than we are sneaky.
I mean, you could sort of try to do both, but you guys need to like let me know what your
Yeah.
what you want to
Okay.
do.
So I like the idea that of
You're
this guy
still gonna
walking through
need
the
a you're still gonna need to have Adelaide make this stealth check, sort of no matter what. But this is a great occasion for you guys to get creative and try to build up a nice circumstance bonus for her.
Okay.
Okay.
So here's what I'm thinking. There's in my mind's eye, he's walking through a park, and we're each like trying to blend in the park, not as like disguised people, but just as like blending in with the by pretending to be a normal person. Adelaide has her holographic skin, or what is it called? The advanced morphic skin, set so that she doesn't look like herself, and she's sitting with a latte on a bench, pretending to do stuff, but she's like actually sitting at like this table here. She went to this restaurant ages ago. She's almost waiting for her check at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems workable.
How does this fit in with the rest of the plan? What's everybody else doing?
Lesko is tailing.
Ogden would also be tailing. He is 15 sneaky. So, and he has rerolls. So Ogden would like to be sneaking along with Lesko. Perhaps coming at him from two different angles.
Yeah, you guys sort of you've tailed him a couple of times. You know he takes this path. You know this area.
Idea.
So
we trap him on the bridge.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Like-
Iris is gonna set up down here with Adelaide. Maybe a little closer if I can, if that's allowed.
sure. No,
But
you
I
guys
love
got
to-
here before. He's not here yet. You know he's gonna sort of come from the north here and cross the bridge, and then go down this trail on the south east side of the map.
And then he's on the bridge. He's in the middle of the bridge, and he looks up and he sees Iris standing there on one side of the bridge. So he turns around, and there's Lesko and Ogden, and he's trapped.
Yeah.
Alright. So that's sort of
Yeah,
how you
yeah.
guys want to set up. Like Iris and
Yeah.
Adelaide are there early, and Lesko and Ogden are sort of following him to make sure that he stays on the path you think he's going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, who has the lowest bluff?
What?
Oh.
Of,
I mean, I wasn't
If I
bluffing
use a
any-
different skill altogether, if like you set a good trap.
is it of all of us?
But
or
it's
of the
also
two of
supposed
us?
to be like whoever has the lowest check. So I'm curious if like our lowest bluff check is significantly better
Oh, it's
than our
a
lowest
3.
stealth check.
No,
it's
it's
actually a 2. It's actually a 2.
Two. So it's
I mean,
not a
that's
whole
the
lot
point, like-
better.
We're
The
doing
whole
like a
lot.
hybrid approach, right? Like only half of us are setting a trap and the other half are tailing.
Right, but only one person gets to make the check. So how about this? Adelaide and Iris, whose bluff check is lower?
Mine, absolutely mine.
All right.
I'm good
He's
at
not a
diplomacy
lawyer.
and intimidate.
They're not
I could
lawyers.
Iris, make me a bluff check. You get a +2 from Adelaide, like aiding you. You get an 8. Okay.
All right.
Lesko and Ogden,
it's-
who has
yeah,
a lower stealth check?
It's actually a 10. That +2 is not the +2 from Adelaide.
Okay, so that's a 10. Ogden and Lesko, who has the lower stealth check?
Ogden has a 15, so I'm sure he's lower.
All right. So go ahead and roll me your stealth check.
That is a
29.
29.
Okay, so he
Okay,
absolutely.
Hold on, because I want to use one of our rerolls if we still have a bunch of rerolls.
Don't worry about it. This
Okay.
is going to work out in your favor. Because he doesn't see Ogden and Lasco. You two, like, as one party, totes have the tailing stealth thing down. He does, however, notice Iris.
Waiting patiently
And the ambush waiting for him on that side of the bridge. So he does exactly what Adelaide thought he was going to do, and he turns around and starts walking back the other way, not seeing Lasco and Ogden there. And that is where we'll go ahead and go into initiative order.
I love it.
Iris gets up and moves towards the bridge, and the time he has turned around and started walking away.
Okay, yeah.
Or should I roll a sense motive to notice that he noticed me?
He turns around. That's a little obvious.
Yeah,
Okay, fair
he stops and starts walking the other direction. Yeah.
He bumps
This is
into
not
Ogden.
actually the same guy you saw before. I just used the same art because he's also a male human steward. So he got Marduk's art.
The suspect bumps into Ogden as Ogden's wearing like a big hat and says, "Oh, excuse me," and then Ogden says, "No, excuse me."
No,
that's
it's
a
my
wrench.
fault.
So at this point, he hasn't realized that the two of you are in front of him, and he doesn't know entirely what's going on here. So he's just gonna keep on keeping on. He's like, do. I'm going back the way I came.
Could we have had a
And
surprise
around
round
down
if
this
he's unaware
way.
of us?
If you really want to, but he's coming towards you. Do you want to act before? Do you want to move our standard before he does his thing?
I think we want to get him
and
on
the plan
bridge.
the plan is,
Yeah.
guys, that as soon as he realizes that he's trapped, I'm going to cast etheric shards, which are invisible, so they won't alert nearby people, and make a 1-foot cube difficult terrain that cuts him.
Oh. And by 1 foot, do you mean like 1 square?
10 foot. 10 foot
10
cube per
foot.
level.
Okay. Oh, gosh.
All right. So
Neat.
you guys do get a surprise round if you want it. Iris is the first one, and it looks like you're more or less using your move action. We'll even put him back like here. Like he turned around and started walking back this way.
Okay.
And then you guys got to do your thing.
Okay. Well, in that case, Iris moves 20 feet there, and we'll move another 10 feet to here, and I need to... Sorry, it's Alt to offset, right? Perfect.
It is.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. Lasco, a mover standard.
Yeah, well, with quick trick, that's all I need. As Lasco sees him retreating, Lasco at a walk walks up the bridge, and then just as he's about to pass, oh gosh, what was his name again?
Taj.
By. Lasco like ducks low and does like a karate chop to his hamstring to slow him down.
Okay.
Sweep.
Does
the
that
leg.
fit with setting up this spell? Because I can't make it not apply to you. I cannot. If you
Can't you just make it? What? How big was it?
You could make it centered here.
It's a 10-foot cube.
10 feet wide, so you can just center it
You
here.
could center it.
Okay.
Hold on. I have an even better spot for it. Center it here, so I can get up on him too.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah, that's a good point.
So give him half
Alright, let's
speed
draw a shape.
and unarmed.
Well, that
Nice.
that hits. 12 trick attack and
27.
15 other untyped damage. Apparently, Simon.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can add it.
He doesn't have any resistances, so it's not a big deal right here. I just was like, wait a minute. Adelaide casts her spell. On her turn, she's got okay, 2 slashing damage. And a reflex save. Why doesn't this spell have the reflex save in it?
Oh, because I didn't enter that in. Sorry, let me get that.
It's a level 3 spell. It would be 16.
16.
Because it's your charisma mod is 3.
All right. Then in that case, he makes the save. But does take that initial 2 slashing damage. All right. Then Ogden, you get a move or a standard.
Ogden will stay where he is and fire a dart at this guy. It's going to be a, let's say, penalty to his AC, and also I will half again his movement speeds. So if it hits, of course. And then I'll remember that we need battle music. That is a 19 to hit CAC.
Just hits.
Do you have any ambush music, actually? Not just a regular battle?
Or like a heist.
Ooh, yeah.
It's all sort of spread amongst. I mean, I have this light sword battle. Definitely not Star Wars.
Legally distinct light blades.
Legally distinct light blades.
Uh-huh. All right. We don't need the copyright infringement.
Totally different. I don't know what you're talking about. Here, I got space fight music. This is sort of ambush music.
Sure.
Is that okay? All right. So Ogden does his thing, and then Taj here is in a really bad spot. I guess he can't shift because you're darn heckin' rude.
Well, also can't shift because his legs are hamstringed.
What?
That's what they were saying.
Shift.
He can't shift because Simon did the thing. Yeah.
Oh, well, then also can't shift because difficult terrain.
Well, he can shift out of different terrain.
Yes. But regardless, we're getting lost in the weeds here.
Well, it's not difficult for him
can't
to
shift.
halved movement speeds. And since his movement speed has been halved 3 times, he has a movement speed of 5. The shards are not difficult terrain, they just have movement speeds, which is a small but meaningful distinction. But either way, he cannot 5-foot shift because Lasco is a jerk and took that option away. So I suppose he will do an acrobatics to try and get out of here. Because he doesn't know that if he doesn't move, he doesn't take any damage from it, so he's going to move. He is not a very smart. And you guys are at 8 now, so that's 15, 12, 17, 27. Just makes it. And gets out of that square. But I think this does more damage when you move. Once it moves to defend itself. Where does it? Movement through an area is halved, and entering take 2 slashing damage.
Yeah. So basically,
he wasn't entering; he was leaving. Oh, and technically, it doesn't do any damage when you cast it. This is meant to be used as a trap. That's okay. I'll make you take damage.
Thank you.
But yeah, this is meant to be cast like beforehand. Because unless you have good mysticism, you can't see it. This is a 35 perception check. Ooh, that's mean.
Would it be? Yeah, it's very mean. Would it be more fair to say that that she simply cast it on like this center of this? What's the word? Bridge, where it's that circle.
We don't need to retcon it.
mean, sure, but
Okay.
then I would have tipped him off, and
Yeah.
and the whole beginning of this fight would have gone differently. So let's leave it where it is. And he's going to take a shot, pulling his pistol out as he's moving.
Simon, did you punch him?
Oh yeah, that provokes. I'll give him a quick punch.
No, because he made
Punch!
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Well, can
Right,
he
operatives?
5-foot speed? Can he do that when he? Yeah, he can probably do it.
Oh, you're right, because it would take 10 feet. Well, but no, because your minimum is 5. Using
Yeah,
acrobatics
right.
halves your movement speed, but you still have the minimum 5 rule.
Halves it a fourth time. Yes.
You can never take away someone's
Learning
movement.
so many things.
Anyway, he goes to shoot you.
Okay.
It's a 22. Correct.
22 will hit. Yeah.
8 fire damage.
Got it. Partially resisted by thermal capacitor.
Nice. That's all he's got. Iris.
Is going to move up. Oh. Okay. Is going to move up. And just attack. Like Iris does. Oh, it's only a 17 to hit.
17 is gonna miss. All right, Lasco.
So Lasco, like the ninja he is with a climb speed, will, avoiding all of the glass shards that are hovering in midair, vault over the railing and sort of hanging on to it with just his feet, run along at it, and punch this guy in the back of the head as he tries to escape.
That is more than just a climb. That's a scampering along a railing.
Definitely
That's
acrobatics.
acrobatics, man.
Make an acrobatics check too.
What a daredevil.
You can. That's balancing. I think that's enough. I'll double check, but you may continue. I'm not sure you could stay up there, but
It's a climb speed. You can be on a horizontal surface. You can be on a vertical surface.
But that's not But we're not talking about a vertical surface. We're talking about a railing that's 6 inches wide.
It's a balance.
It's a
Standing
balance,
on something 6 inches wide, no matter how much of a climb speed you have, is still difficult, right?
I see. Okay. And the attack. I go with non-lethal.
Yeah, the DC is 15, so you're gonna make it.
And I'm just reapplying the slow. 23 versus flat-footed flanking.
That'll do it.
For 23 non-lethal bludgeoning.
Ouch. All right, you can stay up there, but if you take damage, you have to make a new acrobatics check.
Got it.
All right. That was mean. Adeline,
Daredevil.
you are a daredevil.
All right.
Daredevils.
Adelaide will cast Ego Whip, which she can cast from this distance and should do some nasty things.
The other people at the restaurant are like, what's that lady doing out the window?
Well, I mean, I imagine you guys did this very late in the day as who's headed home when there's nobody else around.
Yeah.
Not in the middle of the day when you're surrounded by people.
Yeah.
Man, Ego Whip is nasty.
Mm-hmm.
It is. He's will save. I noticed one other thing as a note for Simon. Lasco is flat-footed as long as he's up there.
I don't
He's an operative. He can't be flat-footed.
Yeah.
I would check what the full rules on you can't be flat-footed.
You are immune to the flat-footed condition.
Really?
Period.
Just immune?
That's what it says.
Operatives are obnoxious.
I'm gonna ban operatives for my next game. All right, it fails his will save.
Also, let's say
Okay.
that I stepped up closer
Minus-
because
2 penalty to intelligence, wisdom, and charisma-based checks. Spell save DCs and will saving throws. And staggered. Okay, that's the important part. I was gonna say because none of this
That's nice.
does anything. This guy. All right. Staggered for the rest of his life. We'll use this little snail. Ogden.
Ogden will move in, and is going to. He'll move onto the bridge, I should say. So he darts up onto the bridge and is going to shoot this guy. The guy is still hampered and has a -2 penalty to his AC, which I forgot to mention before when Iris punched, but such is life. And I shoot him with a sedative this time. Mark II sedative going into this guy. That's a 27 to hit
That'll do it.
for a total of 14 piercing damage, 3 of which is non-lethal.
Right. On his turn, he suddenly has a claw on one hand, and he slashes.
My God, he's a reptoid.
Reptoid! Ah! He slashes.
He's a reptoid.
Slashes at Lasco with a 25 to hit
Hits.
for 11 slashing damage. Cannot trick you because he has no move actions. Iris.
A full attack. oh boy. So the first one probably hits
Full
for
attack
19
non-lethal,
damage.
right?
Crit.
19.
19 plus 18 plus 18.
Oh, plus I need to see what that is there. Hold on. Oh boy. Be good. Be good. Please be good.
Oh, you're gonna
Oh,
gut him, aren't you?
15 is good, I think.
That's the theme for the day, isn't it? I mean, isn't that what we're doing?
It is. It's not. It's not
Wanted to
bleed.
not kill the reptoid. Not
Oh, but it's another leg hit.
Well, you break his leg, right? Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be you rip
Leg
his
is
leg
totally
off.
broken, and he is unconscious.
Yeah. No.
So it wasn't enough to do
Iris-
massive damage on this guy.
Iris slams him with the shield and then lifts the shield, seeing an opening, and just brings it down right on the guy's knee and just kind of. Yeah, there's a very sickening
that hurt.
crunch.
Yep.
Yeah, there was indeed a sickening crunch. And
Are you muted this? Sorry.
about to, a pair of joggers go by, and Iris just like flashes his badge, and they just keep jogging.
yeah, you've caught him.
We bring him back to our ship.
Okay.
Bring him back to your ship. Okay.
And it's not suspicious at all.
Totally
Um,
not. He just had
no,
no
be
to drink.
Suspicious.
We have a bag of holding, null space chamber. We just stuff him in there
He'll die.
and make sure
though.
to let him back out in 10-minute intervals.
Better yet, we have a pair of space sunglasses. We just
Weekend at Bernie's,
carry him through the streets.
back to your ship.
Got it.
Okay.
Friend here's had a little
More
too
fan
much
art
to
of
drink.
The man with one of his hands transformed into a claw. It's not just we put a glove on it
One leg.
and a broken leg. Yep.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I don't know how our weekend at Bernie's eating.
Bernazing.
I don't know how we're Bernazing him with with his legs sticking out at a right angle. Like I genuinely think.
Hey, look, he got way too drunk and stumbled over like a really sharp fence post.
Ogden popped it back.
Got it.
Yeah, and Ogden can be
yes.
like, I'm a doctor.
Yeah, listen, guys, I'm really good at medicine. Okay.
Wave a bandage over the leg and it is healed.
He's really good at things, so we can Bernieing this guy back. Yeah, got it.
Uh-huh.
English, good.
Totally. Oh, good. The neighbor has begun to weed whack directly outside my house. I'll be back. I need to shut a window.
Couldn't even hear it.
All right.
Yeah, we get back to the ship and we strap him to a chair and we invite what's his face over for the festivities. Our best friend Vorsen, whose name I definitely know and will remember.
Yeah, and he joins you. You guys wake up this Lanar guy, and he isn't super helpful. He's very friendly. He's very chipper. But he refuses to tell you anything.
Like, does he admit that he's a reptoid even?
No.
But you have a claw right there. That's a claw.
What claw where? The claw is turned back into a hand.
Now, I'm curious. When reptoids die, they turn back into reptoids.
Right.
If I were to remove the hand, technically it would be dead. It would turn back into a reptoid,
Turn
right?
back into a reptoid hand. This is true.
He wouldn't die though, because we have one of the world's greatest surgeons. So
this isn't germane though. We know he's a reptoid. He knows he's a reptoid. What we need from him is information, not proof.
I just feel like wasting time on these useless, discussions of are you a reptoid? No, yeah. Well, we know you are. Oh no, I'm not. Can be quickly solved with a simple.
Yeah, but it won't solve the problem. It won't solve the problem of him being non-compliant. All right.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, he refuses to tell you anything about the reptoids there, but he's very pleasant about the whole thing.
Interesting. Does that mean that we should be checking his nervous system too?
Yes, I think it does. Ogden will
should cut off.
Ogden will. No, we're not going to cut off anything. Ogden knocks the guy out again with some sedatives, yada yada, and
then does the thing. Well, you
does the thing.
Upon examining him, you do find a small scar on his left arm, similar to Marduk's. And if you want to give me a medicine check to cut open some nerves, make sure. Okay, he does not bleed out and die.
I'm happy to throw away a natural 20.
You do find more of those weird strands in his arm. With Affecta here for help, do you want to give me another life science check to identify them? You can have a +5 from Affecta.
Ooh.
Oh, is she good at life science?
To identify what?
She's a forensic scientist. Yes, she's good at life science.
Okay. Yeah, of course. I'll life science this thing. That is a 19. Is this worth a reroll? Might be worth a reroll.
Yeah, I mean,
we're 15 minutes away from the end of session.
Yeah, I'm taking a reroll.
You got 2. This one comes from Root. 711.
Thank you, Root.
That is much better. A 26 plus Affecta's 5. I think we're a pretty effective team together.
You already used that one.
Yeah, but this is a different context, so it's still funny.
Those strands are mycelium.
Yes, that's a fungus.
That is a fungus.
There you go.
Mycelium. I hardly knew you.
Oh,
now you know it's
Now we know it's a fungus.
It is some kind of fungus that has taken over their nervous system.
All right.
Creepy. Man, so it could be like a layer on the reptoids. I thought we were out of folds.
No, this is the third fold, I imagine.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're in book 4.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So we're getting near the point where we need to know the third fold, so then we can, unfold all of them
Yeah.
by
It's
book
like-
6.
This is
There's
indeed the third fold.
there are
Now you have to
reptoids.
unfold everything.
There are reptoids, but the reptoids are mind controlled by brain control fungus.
Which was constructed by the Greys.
Maybe.
Is it though? Was it? Iris
Maybe.
is going to have a mental break and pull a knife and start cutting their own arm open.
No.
That's where
Although
leave
actually-
the players at. I don't know what to do anymore.
We need to get
Yeah,
another
actually-
agent. We need to get another one of the 6.
Mm.
Maybe not all of. Maybe some of them are just normal reptoids and are not. Do not have this fungus.
Well, I would say that the one that I'm most curious about is the one who was it that was yes, Yona. We were able to establish that Yona has definitely changed her behavior, but we could not establish whether or not she was a reptoid.
Well, I don't think we'll be able to abduct anyone else. They're probably
No.
on to us now.
Yes, something about abducting one of their own in broad daylight does
It was
tend to
after
tip off
3 o'clock.
the enemy. You're right.
In the
So we
meantime,
need to move quickly
perhaps
then.
we should get rid of him before they come looking for him.
Oh, that.
Well, they know where we are, presumably. I suppose that having him here would act against us and would give them an excuse to bring us in. Wait, no, they don't need an excuse. They know we're terrorists. Yeah, why haven't they just come knocking on our ship yet?
It's a good question.
That is a good question.
An excellent question. Perhaps the reptoids need help discovering which of their number are infiltrated by the
Fungus?
mycelium.
That does bring up a
That'd
good
be
point.
amusing.
Is somebody trying to infiltrate the infiltrators?
I think
I
it's
don't
quite
think we know
possible.
enough.
I wouldn't put it past anything in this AP.
That
knows?
is for certain.
Then
By the
we're
way-
out of leads, aren't we? If we don't think we can capture someone else,
We'll keep our
What
eyes
do we
open.
do?
I'm sure something will come up. Certainly, whoever's behind this strange fungus is up to something. They'll tip their hand. In the meantime, I'm gonna get some rest. You should too. I'll dump this guy behind a bar on my way out. Maybe
Are you
with
sure
any
you wouldn't
luck,
rather?
I'll forget all about this?
Yes, but what do we do if you become infected with the mycelium and/or replaced by reptoids?
Run?
Perhaps you should sleep here on the ship.
No thanks, doll. I got my own place. And he throws the steward over his shoulder,
Ah,
heads out into the
so
night.
So
cool.
strong.
And I think that's I'll give you guys one more little thing before we wrap up.
Oh, cool.
The next day, Vorson gets a hold of you guys from an unknown number. Tells you that 4 of your suspects piled into an unmarked car, headed to an industrial site in Roselight Sunset District.
hooray!
They made a
And that is
move.
where we will wrap for the day. Yeah, you freaked him out, man.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. We
Yourselves.
it's like we sent the dog in to spook the birds, and the birds flew out into the sky, and now we're going to shoot down all the birds.
Yeah.
Except we are both the dog and the gun.
We're very scary.
We flushed them out. That's the term.
Yes, you flushed them out. Exactly. We're still not quite to the end of this chapter, but I think you guys will hit it next time.
Next time.
Very, very excited for you guys to get to the end of this this section here.
Indeed.
Not quite the end of the investigation. That goes well in up to the end of this book. But good job. You guys followed some interesting leads. You found some reptoids.
Yeah.
And some
mycelium. Which
Really
we can
weird fungus.
definitively claim is a fungus.
You can now.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
man.
Yeah.
Don't
Ogden
go
will
poking
probably
at the
study it.
fungus over the course of the week. You're not supposed to know what it is. I finally have something I can spring on y'all. Yeah. As always, our wonderful character art was provided by Seth, Mistaken Potatoes. All of our other assets come from Paizo, and our intro music and intermission music are done by Tom, who also runs all the rest of our sounds provided by Sirenscape. There will be new Rise of the Star-Lord. Thank you, Sirenscape.
Should have gone with a Wilhelm screen.
I didn't have it handy.
There
Yeah,
you go.
they need to let you favorite sound effects.
I have some, and it's very odd, and it follows no rhyme or reason. I've got Wilhelm scream, explosion, distress signal, scanner.
Who knows? It's a mystery. Next Thursday, new Rise of the Star-Lords. Tonight, new Cosmic Crit. Make sure you catch all of that if you can. And we'll see you all here back same time, same place next week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Take care of yourselves out there, everyone.